What up, boys? Yo, how's everyone doing tonight? Yo, wild Saturday. I feel like I took a little nap this afternoon, woke up to all these notifications saying, yo, Miles Gaskin's out, you know, Julio's been out. There's been some drama today, huh? Hope y'all are doing well. We've got Sam, Aiden, Big T, Young Guapo, Caden, all in here. How you guys doing tonight, man? Let me update this really quickly, boys, because exciting news is, let's see. We're currently at 348 subs. Listen, we're getting there. We're gonna make it a little fun goal that if we hit, let's see, the goal will be, let's say 350, because that's been our goal for a while, right? If we get to it by the end of, anytime we get to it by the stream, we will unlock a little, how about a little liquor? How's that? How's a little liquor sound to you guys? Luke, Toby, what's up, guys? How are you doing? All right, let's see. Here we go. 12, 13. But yeah, lots to talk about, and I will get to everyone's questions shortly. But yeah, we are doing an early one, guys. We are doing an early one. A few things changed, so I'm able to kind of hang out. Ooh, that looks horrible. What is going on here? Let me see. Dang. Visual, 1 second. Let me just update this. 12, 14, 21. Perfect. There we go. All right, boys. Steven, welcome. All right, let's see. Let's go top to down. Big T says, I'm tight. Mr. Miles Gaskin is out. I felt like he was going to have 20. I know. Miles had a really good matchup this week. I was excited for him, too. Luckily, I think the one league I have him in, I actually have a bye, so I don't have to worry about it as much. But yeah, that's rough. Caden says, is Crowder going to play? You know, the injury is definitely a concern, but I do think he's going to play. Let's see what happens. But I think there's a good chance he plays. It doesn't sound like an injury that's like so tough or so serious that it's gonna keep him out, so let's hope he plays. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, quick question. I'm gonna try and get Jefferson in a keeper. Is Galladay in 4th and 7 rounders too much? Big T says, I'd try and give Galladay in 4th and most. Okay, I like that. I don't mind that. I'm not as well versed in the whole, like, you know, what do those picks go for, but honestly, I would say, can you, like, get him for Galladay in a 7, maybe? 2 round picks for, it seems like a lot for sure. Young Guapo says, I'm good. I've been good that's past week. Have 4 sure starters this week, but man, I know, right? This week has put some tough decision on all of us, honestly. Let's see where we at. Steven says DeAndre Washington worth starting full PPR, also McKissick or CEH. Steven, depends on who else you have. I think DeAndre Washington is going to be more of a risk to start, so if you have someone else that you can potentially put in for him, I would do it. But there's some people that are going to need sort of that Hail Mary this week, right? And if you need a Hail Mary and literally don't have anyone else to play, I think you might have to go with him. We've seen, just honestly in the last like 2-3 weeks, that a lot of people who might look good on paper don't necessarily perform. You know, Brian Hill we had Devontae Booker as well, so I would say you know, he's a good option. He's a good stash as well, but you know, it's definitely a riskier play for me. McKissick or CEH, I think McKissick is a little safer, has a higher floor in full PPR, but CEH has a higher ceiling. McKissick will always have a very, very decent floor, especially in full PPR. Luke says, you like Akers or Jacobs for week 15-16? Let's see what happens over the next week. Right now, I would probably say, well, we have to see what Jacobs' injury status is like, right? Jacobs, I still think, is a better back, so I lean him a little bit more, but Akers could 100%, you know, be in the same level of conversation, especially after what we saw this week. If Jacobs plays this week, Luke, let's see how he does. Jesus, what's up? Says, hello, Noah Fant or Goddard in standard format. If no one I can trust Hurst's, and then no, if I can trust in Hurst at QB, I wouldn't trust Hurst. Or Hurst at QB. Are you talking about Hurts, Jalen Hurts? I wouldn't trust him unless you absolutely needed to. He's a very, very risky play. As for the Titans, Jesus, I would say Fant is a little safer than Goddard this week because we don't know how Goddard's going to look with Jalen Hurts there. Toby says, I got Perriman over Hilton and Kuti. That's a bold play, Toby. I would not put Perriman over Hilton and Kuti, but if you like that, by all means go for it. Big T says, Wayne Gallman or Deebo Samuel for flex option this week, leaning Deebo. Wayne's going to be a little safer, in my opinion. Deebo was great. I think both are great. Wayne has a slightly higher floor because I think Wayne Gallman's almost guaranteed to have double digits as a floor. Deebo should be fine, right? I think it's a toss of a coin. Both should be able to do well. I do think Gallman is a slightly safer play. Toby says, last night Perriman was the wide receiver one for a team. We remember what happened. Hey, listen, it can be, right? The reason I put Crowder in my starts this week is because he's a slot receiver and Seattle's just very bad against slot receivers. I don't think Perriman will be playing that role. So I think, he could be a good play. He could very well be a good play. I probably prefer T.Y. over him though. Let's see, Robbie Anderson or Ayuk in standard format. I like, I think Ayuk has a better upside, Jesus. I think Robbie maybe has, Robbie is safe. He's that safe kind of guy that's probably going to get you like the 10, 11 points. Ayuk I really like. So if you need someone to like sort of go off, I would probably go Ayuk. But, the one reason to play out Robbie Anderson is that he's going to be, one of the main options against a very, sort of weakened Denver secondary. So Ayuk is a safe play. He's a very good play. Anderson is a very safe play. Ayuk is going to be like the flasher play. Went out for 40 points, won in the league. Nice. Terrell says J.K. Dobbins or Clyde. I go Clyde here. I'm still not a huge fan of Dobbins. Sam says Browns or Steelers. I would go with neither. Go pick up someone else if you can. Sam, go look at my playoff defense video if you need, but I don't like either this week. Terrell says Debo or Allen. Debo a little bit safer. Allen is still sort of working his way up. I like Debo a little bit more. Chubb or Eckler. Eckler has the better, especially in full PPR, Eckler has a better matchup. And I think Eckler is the better play this week. Eckler honestly has a really, really good matchup. Chubb is still very startable this week because of sort of the caliber of player that he is, but he is playing against the Ravens and he did not do very well the first time we played him. Justin, what's up? Playoff time. I know, I'm excited. I'm so excited for playoffs. Let's hope none of us get bounced out of first round, right? Young says, all right, I got King Henry at RB1. The tough decision is RB2. All these players on my team are Gore, Ty Johnson, AP, Peyton Barber, DeAndre Washington. Yeah, out of those, honestly, the Ty Frank Gore thing is a very, very difficult thing to say. I'd say Frank Gore is the guy to go to if he's for sure playing tomorrow. Adrian Peterson that's going to be a little bit more questionable play because of Swift. If Swift doesn't play 100% AP, Peyton Barber, I'm not as big of a fan of because he's going to be very, very touchdown dependent, right? He's going to get you like probably no more than 30, 40 yards, but he can get you anywhere from like 0 to like 3 touchdowns. That's sort of how I see him. So he's risky. Honestly, you might have to go with either Gore or DeAndre Washington here, and maybe DeAndre Washington because we think he's going to be the starting running back. Otherwise, let's look out for Swift status. If he's not playing, 100% go AP. I really like AP here. Justice says Drake or Ronald Jones in full PPR, leaning towards Jones. Jones has a better matchup. I think Drake is safer. So the issue with Jones is that we never know if him or Leonard is going to be the guy that's going to get the go-to, right? I really do like Jones' matchup. I think whoever ends up being the guy for the Bucks, they're going to be, it's going to be great. So Drake is going to be a little safer because he's been getting a lot of volume. If you want to roll the dice with Ronald Jones, like I wouldn't. I think that's completely fine because if he's the starting guy, and Bruce Arians doesn't decide to, be bipolar and use Leonard instead, I think Jones is going to have a really good game. But just know that there is a slight risk because it feels like it's a 50-50 split between whether it's a Leonard Fournette day or if it's a Ronald Jones day. Conscious, what's up? Bye week issue. Do I take the day off mentally prepare my lineup to keep in a zone? That's actually a good question. I think honestly, I don't think you need to take the day off, Conscious, but don't take it too seriously. Like make it sort of like a relax, a casual Friday almost feel. What I would actually say is if you have any players that you like stash or like you normally wouldn't play, maybe just play them for fun and see if they go off, right? If you picked up a DeAndre Washington, that's one of the big questions that we have is like, do we play them or not? Maybe play him. If you have a J.K. Dobbins, you're like, he got all of his points off of one big garbage time TD last week. Do I want to play him? Play those, honestly, I would still set it up, keep yourself mentally in it, but just have fun with your lineup and go with some like ballsy picks and like just go with the guys who have like the biggest upside to see if they can potentially go off. Just have fun with it, man. Justin says Swift, Hilton, Crowder, and Standard. I'm saying Swift, even though he's questionable. Swift is the biggest question mark, man. I think I would go Hilton here. Swift, we don't know how 100, like if he's 100%. And the thing is, we haven't seen him play since Matt Patricia was coaching, right? So AD's been going off recently. He scored 4 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. We don't quite know what the split is gonna be, right? He's had one game where he was a featured back, but to me, like Swift on paper, yes, he has a very good matchup. It's just a little bit risky for me to play because we don't know if the new coaching personnel is going to feature him. Because what happens if Swift gets less than 10 touches, right? You're kind of screwed out of it. I like Hilton and Crowder both for starting this week. We'll have to see what Crowder's status is. But yeah, I mean, if you like Swift and you fully think that he's going to get the full load, as they say, then go for him. Caden says Jameson Crowder, Tyler Boyd, Mike Williams. Full PPR need to start 2. I would probably lean Crowder and Mike Williams, even though Mike Williams and Tyler Boyd are very similar to me right now. At least Mike Williams is on like a more sustainable offense. I can't trust anyone on the Bengals right now. Tyler Boyd had one really, he broke off for a really long touchdown last week, and that's why he's even in consideration. If you're willing to risk that, go for it. But to me, if you have other options, I don't know if I'm going to risk any Bengals guys. I know he has a great matchup this week, right, against the Cowboys. So it's completely fine if you want to do it. It's just that to me, it's a little bit risky. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? How's your week been? Young says, yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well, man. Good to see you back in here. Sam says, McLaurin didn't do very well for me last week. Do you think it's a safe start with the 49ers this week? I still like him. He just got double teamed completely last week. That was the issue. McLaurin is one of those, I think that was his only bad game all season, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's someone that you kind of have to start, Who else would you be playing instead of him, Sam? Because I guess the other thing we have to see is like relative to McLaurin, who else do you have, and like are they a better start? Country says I've been relaxed. Agree. Thanks for sure. Yeah, guys. I hope everyone's getting ready for the holiday season, man. We're just kind of like chilling right now and hanging out. So yeah, I love it. Matt says I'm so happy I got Akers into my leagues. Next 2 matchups are Jets and Hawks. Exactly. That's gonna be great. I love it. Good job on picking him up. Seth, what's up? It's Josh Allen or Justin Herbert? I go Justin Herbert. He has a way better matchup this week, and it's just on paper, it's a little bit better. I think Josh Allen's still going to be able to produce. It wouldn't surprise me if he did very well against the Steelers offense, but when you have 2 QB1 caliber QBs, you go with a guy who has like they pretty much have polar opposite matchups, right? Josh Allen's is playing one of the top defenses. Justin Herbert is playing one of the worst defenses. So on paper, there's no reason why you would play Josh Allen over Justin Herbert. Sam says Chubb and Ayuk, other options for oh, gotcha. That's a good one, actually. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. I really like Ayuk, guys. I've been like on the Ayuk train since like the middle of the season. I've just been a huge fan of him. Honestly, ever since he did that like little star dive. I don't know if you guys remember that. He did that little star dive touchdown to the end zone. Matchup wise, let's see. Let me just take a look at the matchup. So yeah, I mean the issue is it's very, very hard for me to tell you like Ayuk is going to do better than McLaurin, because if I said that, that would completely be based off of recency bias. Let me just look at McLaurin real quickly and see how he's been, because I hope I'm not wrong in saying that last week was his really his only bad week. Let's see, Terry. Yeah, he's pretty. I mean, he's had one other bad week against the Rams. Otherwise, he's been really good. Solid floor. It's hard for me to tell you to bench him. Even though he was double teamed all game and, you know, he got shut down, he still honestly, he still got 6 targets. So I think the targets are going to be there. It's very hard for me to tell you to bench. Here's what I'll say. I will feel worse if I tell you to bench McLaurin and he goes off, than if I tell you to bench Ayuk and he goes off. That's what I'll say. Seth says Drake, Parker, Dobbins, Hines, Boyd at flex. I would probably go Drake here. I like him with the safest floor. I do not like Parker right now with Tua at under center. And guys, if you haven't checked it out, go check out the start set video from this earlier today. That'll probably help you guys a lot. I have a full list. 6 in each position, 5 starts and 1 start of the week or sit of the week at each position. So go check that out if you haven't checked it out yet, and let me know what you guys think. Matt says I need a flex. I'm leaning Hunt, but he did trash week 1 against Baltimore. Other options are Perriman and Fournette. I mean, if those are your other options, I would maybe think about Perriman potentially if Crowder's out. But you almost have to go Hunt there. Those are definitely all a little bit weaker options for a flex this week. It's hard for me to trust Perriman completely. Last week he only had 1 catch, right? Seattle defense is not great, but neither are the Raiders. And last week he only had 1 for 22. He's a deep threat kind of guy. And if Jamison Crowder's there, I think he overtakes Perriman a lot. So you might be forced to start Hunt, and I agree. Hunt is he has not been playing well, and he's playing probably arguably one of his toughest run defenses for the rest of the season. Hunt actually did okay against Baltimore week 1. He had 10.1 points in half PPR. That was more than Chubb, I think. So I think, you know, you might have to be just forced to play Hunt here, unfortunately. Rohun, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I need 2 wide receivers in the flex: Godwin, Jefferson, Allen, Robinson, Zeke, and Swift. Honestly, out of those, I'd probably go your 3 wide receivers here. If you want to, you can put Zeke in one of those, but I think you go your 3 wide receivers here. They all have, I mean, Justin Jefferson doesn't have a great matchup, but I don't think we can bench him, especially with the tear that he's been on. Allen Robinson is playing a really weak defense, and whether or not the defense was weak or strong, he just still gets force-fed the ball. And Godwin is, you know, he should do very well. If you want to switch Zeke and Godwin, I wouldn't fault you for that, but I think you go Godwin, Jefferson, Robinson here. David, what's up? Swift or Gallman standard? I go Scallman here. He's a safer bet. We don't know what Swift is going to be like with the new coaching staff. We don't know how healthy he actually is. I 100% go Gallman here. Matt says McLaurin has a way better chance to go off. 49ers don't have a QB. I agree, but Ayuk has actually done really well with Nick Mullins as well. But yeah, I agree. I think it's very hard for me to tell anybody to sit with McLaurin this week unless you literally have like Ridley, Devontae Parker, or something like that. What up, Tim? How you doing, man? Good to see you here. Matt says that's my plan, to play Perriman if Crowder's out. And I looked at Chubb's stats thinking it was Hunt. I might start. Yeah, Hunt did okay. At the end of the day, you know, it's going to be a very like gritty, very tough fought divisional game. I can see them using their using the running backs a lot more, right? Because my prediction is that, I mean, I have Baker as my sit of the week this week. My prediction is that they're going to be able to stop the passing game very effectively, which means they're going to have to rely on the running game. And if the Browns want a chance at winning it all, they're going to have to like make sure the running game is going. So I like the Browns running game a little bit better than their passing game this week against the Ravens, essentially. Let's see. Rohoon says, sorry for my question before. I also have Montgomery, so should I sub Jefferson out for him? You should play David Montgomery. He's my start of the week. Guys, go check out the start set video from today if you guys if you guys need a reference after the stream. But I like Montgomery a lot. I actually don't know if I would sub Jefferson out because he's been on a tear. Maybe Godwin because there's a lot of malice of feet. I like Jefferson a lot, so if I were you, I 100% think you need to get Montgomery in. And for Brandon McManus or Daniel Carlson, I go Daniel Carlson. Matt says Perriman can burn the Hawks. Yeah, he could. He very much could, right? It's just, you know, I don't know if Sam Darnold loves to throw the ball deep as much as Joe Flacco. That's the only thing. He has a chance to do it. I 100% agree with you, but it's just, you know, will Sam Darnold actually throw deep? And that's the big concern for me. And you know, if it were me, I'd try to look for someone else. But if you have no one else better to play, you might just have to go with Perriman. He's just like the deep kind of guy. He relies on that, and if he's able to get the volume, great. But you know, there's some risk to it as well. Tim says, I'm starting McKissick as my RB2, Landry as my flex. Should I? On my bench, I have Sanders, Lazard, and Chark. Should I change it up? I don't think I don't know that we want Landry in our flex here, man. I'm a little bit worried about the Browns passing game, like I was mentioning earlier. Landry has been doing well, but let's see. He actually did okay against Baltimore the first time. If you truly think he's going to continue to go off, maybe. I'm just a little bit worried about the... I'm pretty worried about Baker's ability to be able to pass this week. Who are your other guys? Let's see. You have Chark, Sanders, and Lazard. Let me see here. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. I honestly wonder if I like Chark a little bit more here, man. Chark has a better matchup. And I wonder if Chark is going to get more looks because he's going to get force-fed the ball a lot. Sanders is a risk. I know there was some stuff that came out today that says Doug Peterson wants to use him, but he's a little bit of a risk for me to play. I can see him being a little bit more involved, but it's hard for me to trust Eagles players the first week. I wonder if I actually go Chark here, man, over Landry. I'm really concerned about Baker. Matt says Baker's ability to pass is based on weather. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the last 2 weeks he's done well is also because of his matchups. He's played two really soft defenses, and he typically just doesn't do very well against tougher defenses, right? I mean, look at it. Like Baltimore, he scored 8 points. Indy, he scored 10 points. Pittsburgh, he scored 5 points. Even if it wasn't weather earlier on this year, Cincinnati, he only got 6 points. Yeah, I mean, it's a little concerning. I understand that, you know, we might want to chase the points with Baker. He could do okay, but I just feel like, in my opinion, there's a lot of other guys that I would rather start over Baker this week because it's a tough matchup against Baltimore, man. It's a tough matchup. Tim says, yeah, I'm skeptical of Chark. I started Chark last week over Landry because he had a great matchup, but he got 6 and Landry had 20. Yeah, I mean, if you really like Landry, go for it. There's a chance that, you know, Baker finally clicked and he's actually, you know, a reliable quarterback, and he's going to, I mean, if he's going to look to anybody, he's going to look to Landry a lot. So if you want to take the risk, that's fine. It's just that, you know, I think, you know, my warning to you is just be very careful because I have a small feeling that, you know, he may be, it might be a little tough against Baltimore, but hey, the volume is there, right? Over the last 2 weeks, he's gotten 21 targets, which is crazy, right? He's caught 8 each time, so the volume has been there. And if you're under the theory that like, hey, let's just follow the volume, follow the targets, I think you're fine, right? Chark is he's getting thrown to by our worst QB. So if you like Landry a lot, go for him. Mark says, I'm out of the playoffs, both of my defenses league and offense league. Derrick Henry messed me up. Yeah, that was tough, right? Derrick did not do very well. Sorry to hear that, man. Do you have any other leagues, or are you just in the 2, Mark? Miles says, Jacobs, Dobbins, Mostert, DeAndre Swift, or Hollywood Flex. What are your top 2? I'd probably go Mostert and, jeez. Jacobs, so we're gonna have to see what happens. I think I go DeAndre Washington slightly over Dobbins here. Slightly over him. But, I mean, Jacobs, I'd probably go Jacobs and Mostert if he had to, but Jacobs does not have a good matchup. Tim says, what about McKissick? I think he has a really high floor. Oh, yeah, 100%. If you have McKissick, especially in any sort of PPR leagues, I 100% think you should start him. He's going to get a lot of looks through Alex Smith, and I think he has a very, very solid floor, so he's a very comfortable pick for me. Was it good to pick up DeAndre Washington? It was very good. You know, especially if you can potentially use him this week. I don't know if he's going to be usable past this week, but anything can happen. So I think, you know, he's a good stash. Sam says, I'm thinking about picking up the Giants. See, who should I drop for them? Herbert, Big Ben, Chubb, Eckler, Monty, Akers, Woods, Ayuk, AJ Brown, McLaurin, DJ Moore, Ebron, Logan. Drop either one of, drop one of your tight ends or drop Big Ben. I don't think you're going to really need Big Ben with Herbert playing unless Herbert gets injured. So I think you can drop Big Ben or one of your tight ends because at this point, you probably don't need multiple... I don't think you need multiple tight ends or quarterbacks unless it's just for injury insurance. Kaylin, what's up? Michael Thomas or Stephon Diggs? I like Diggs a little bit more because of sort of what he's been able to do with Josh Allen. Scott, what's up? Start to sit one. Jacobs, Tyler Boyd, DJ Chark, sit Tyler Boyd. I'm not trusting any Bengals players in the playoffs right now. I just can't trust them. Barkley says, me and my friends play private leagues. Yeah, only in 2. Now I'm preparing for fantasy basketball. Nice. When's your draft, Mark? I know we've talked a little bit about fantasy and actually, yeah, preseason starts. My Cavs are playing right now. I kind of want to see how our draft pick this year goes, but that's awesome. Rohun says, I missed you talking about this before, but Herbert Allen. I feel like Herbert is the obvious choice, but I'm not sure with Carr's performance last week. You go Herbert here. Both are QB1s. Both are the same status. You go Herbert on paper because, well, like I said, on paper, they're polar opposites, and he's playing the better, he's playing the worst offense. Or sorry, worst defense. He's playing one of the worst defenses. Allen is playing one of the worst, one of the best defenses. So on paper, you need to go Herbert here. Keelan says, Michael Thomas or Tyler Lockett. Between the two, let me look at these two matchups. So Seattle plays, let's see, Seattle schedule. They play the Jets. Saints play. I lean Michael Thomas slightly here. I think I like Michael Thomas a little bit more here. Just because Tyler Lockett seems a little bit boomy to me. My Rockets could have last night. Wall hasn't missed a step. That's good. I actually did not watch. I need to go in and watch some highlights. Yeah, I know it all started this week, so yeah, that's awesome, dude. Good to know. Our draft starts in several hours. Mark, what pick do you have, and who are you aiming for? Duke Johnson's or Tar Gurley? Oh, Hayden, dude, both are pretty nasty. Do you have anyone else that you can start? Kayla, no problem at all. Glad to be able to help. Yeah, do you have anyone else that you can start? Because I don't love either. Who do the Falcons play? Falcons play the Chargers. If you had to pick one, I would go Gurley. If they're both healthy, I would pick Gurley because he's playing a worse defense, and I don't like Duke Johnson that much. But it depends on his health. You might be stuck with Duke. I don't love both as starts this week, unfortunately. But what's up, man? Cousins or Trubisky? Both have tough matchups this week. I'm not a huge fan of either. I would go Trubisky over Cousins purely based off of the matchup. But if you're able to, I would maybe try and pick someone else up, like a Stafford, like a Rivers. I think they all have better matchups. If you need help, go look at my waiver wire pickups from earlier this week. I have a list of quarterbacks for you to pick up. Both are going to be very, very risky, but I would say probably Trubisky over Cousins based on the matchup. I would not start either if I had a choice. But Trubisky might be okay. He has a lot of garbage time scores, and he's playing a very weak defense, so Trubisky might be okay. Scholar says, do you trust DeAndre Washington after Gaskin got ruled off for Gobin? I can't say I trust him 100%. Listen, we haven't seen DeAndre Washington as a starter for the Miami Dolphins. Every week we've talked about this. When Brian Hill was a starter for Falcons, you know, people thought he's an automatic pencil in. When Devontae Booker was a starter for the Raiders, people thought he was an automatic pencil in, and both of them had like, what, under 8 points. So I can't say I can trust him. A lot of people are going to be forced to start him because of how thin the waiver wire is. I would trust him over like a backup running back, but I won't say that, you know, he's going to be like an RB2 upside, RB1 sort of player this week. You know, if he scores under 10 points, it wouldn't surprise me. I have the 8th pick, which is not very good. Okay, Mark, who do you, I'm not as into, I don't know fantasy basketball as much, but like, I guess with the 8th pick, who's someone that you're aiming for? Because you can still get one of the superstars, I'm assuming. I don't know how early people start like category stacking, if that's what it's called and whatnot, but yeah, what do you think is going to be available to you at the 8th pick? Because that's actually really interesting. I'd love to see your results after you're done with it. Big T says DeAndre Hopkins, Deontay Johnson, Deebo Samuel, Devontae Parker, Amari, Jarvis, Robbie start 3. I'd probably go Hopkins, Johnson, and Deebo here, honestly. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. Give me a second. That's what I'm thinking, but let me just see who's out playing. So we have Hopkins, we have Johnson, we have Samuel, we have Parker. Parker I don't like. I'm sitting Parker this week. Cooper, Landry, and Anderson. Oh, actually, okay. I might actually go, especially if DJ Moore is out, I might actually go Hopkins, Deontay, or Anderson here. Amari Cooper isn't a bad choice. He's going to be to me, he's a very, very consistent wide receiver too. But I actually might go Deontay, Robbie, and DeAndre Hopkins here for a slightly higher upside, man. I don't mind that. Matt says you could get Cat at 8 probably. Okay, nice. All right, so what's up, man? How you doing? Starting playoffs without Julio. Yeah, I know. That's tough. Hey, unfortunate news is you might not have Julio for the entirety of the playoffs, so we'll see what happens. But that's really tough, man. I hope you have someone in your bench that you can fill a spot at least. Sinner is gone very quickly. Okay. Rowan says Robbie's gonna hog all the targets. Yeah, he very well could be. I think, you know, Curtis Samuel being there, he's still gonna get a lot of targets as well. I think I feel pretty decent about the Carolina offense tomorrow. I think so. I might start Darnold at QB and hope. Bo, I would not if I were you. Again, go look at the waiver wire video. I have a list of all the guys you can pick up for this week that I think are going to be good starts. If you really want to risk Darnold, go for it. I would not advise for it though, as well. Say. Isa says, who you like for flex this week? Hunt, Gallman, Brandon Cooks, Ayuk, full PPR. I like Gallman for sure and Ayuk there over the other guys. Brandon Cooks, Ayuk sort of on the same page. Because Brandon Cooks, I think, always has a chance to blow up to just go off for like a quick, long TD. But it's hard for me to sit Gallman, and it's hard for me to sit Gallman. Gallman hasn't done anything where it makes us doubt his abilities to be able to produce. So that's me. Mark says either I could get Devin Booker, Embiid, or Adebayo. Nice. Okay. Trying to get a center in the first. Are centers premiums? Like, is that how it is? Because they can like rebound a lot and assist. Like, what are like? Is that like the top position that goes first? Kind of like running backs in fantasy football. And for anyone who knows fantasy basketball, I'd be kind of curious. Like, can you give us like a comparison of like, you know, because in fantasy football it's kind of like RBs, wide receivers, then like quarterbacks, tight ends, right? So I'm kind of curious to see what the comparison is. Hard not to start Robbie with because Denver's top CB. There you go. Okay. I have Swift, which I traded for because of playoffs. Do you think he'll bounce back in the next few weeks? He very much could be. The thing is, we need to see what the coaching staff does with him. It's hard for me to start him this week. He could do very well, but like I've been saying, it's a new coaching staff. We haven't seen him with the new coaching staff, and Adrian Peterson has done very, very well over the last 2 weeks. So I don't know what's gonna happen. The thing with Swift is it hasn't ever been his talent, it's been his usage by the coaching staff. So I think he could very well be a great guy to start for the rest of the season if the coaching staff decides to give him 15 to 18 plus touches, but if he's only going to get 10, he's going to be a very risky start for me. Matt says, well, the top picks are going to be Luka, Giannis, LeBron, Jokic, Kat, Davis, Harden, Lillard, Trae Young, Jason Tatum, Drummond, Bam, Curry. Those are top. There you go. Okay, yo, I'd love to see my boy Drummond in there. Perfect. Jeremy, what's up, man? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. Having a hard time deciding between Taysom Hill or Josh Allen at QB. Which DSC do you to start between Seattle and New Orleans? What do you think? Jeremy, go take a look at the... Here, let's go look at it. Go look at my playoff defense video, because I have my top 10 rankings there. I'm honestly just going to refer to that because that's where my thing is. But let's see. For defenses this week, if we're looking at Seattle versus... who was this? Seattle versus New Orleans. I have the Saints as my number 1 defense this week, so I would go Saints. As for the quarterbacks, between Josh Allen and Taysom Hill, they're very, very close for me. Taysom Hill is going to be a little safer of a play. If you they have a really good matchup, and Taysom has been giving us at around high teens, 20 average, so he's gonna be a little safer. But if you feel like you need to start Josh Allen, I think he's gonna do well against the Steelers. But I can see him potentially getting in the mid, maybe 14 to 18 points. But I do think Josh Allen has a higher ceiling. Nobody will draft LeBron early. Okay. There's really no comparison at all. All depends on player. Luka is a point guard, but scores a lot of points. Same with Giannis. But Andrew Drummond gets 15 boards a game. And gotcha. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. We're playing Yahoo Basketball, not ESPN. Okay, gotcha. What's your live stream schedules? Yeah, so this one is actually an off schedule. We'll do a late one tonight, but the one tonight is usually around 11:30 Pacific, maybe midnight. Saturday nights are really late. We always do Tuesday nights for waivers unless the schedule is off. So whenever the night before the waivers, we're gonna do an early one at 5 p.m. Pacific, and then one at 11:30 or 11 because we waiver camp. And then otherwise we also do one Thursday before the game, and then sort of randomly throughout. If you want the most up-to-date information, go follow me on IG, because I do post all of my whenever I go live on there, and I honestly ask people what they want to see streams and what kind of stuff they want to see. So feel free to check that out if you like. Rohun, is this your first time at the stream here? If it is, welcome. I feel like this is the first time I've seen you here, right? Tim says, did you mention something about Peterson and Sanders? Yeah, it sounds like Peterson wants to get Sanders more involved, but I don't really trust what coaches say. Sanders is a risky play for me. Hey, can you react to something on YouTube? What do you want me to react? Yeah, I do have a dog. She's chilling right here. We just took her to the dog park, so she's hanging out. We've got a dog, we've got a cat, we got one of each. But yeah, she's chilling right now. She's chilling. Matt says, I started my flex position other than Hunt. What was that? I was talking about Sanders there. I don't care about football anymore. I want to see the dog. Yeah. No, trust me. She's gotten me some views. Let's see. I've got Cam Akers and the Rams G, who got 21 points, so I have 40. Yeah, I know. Jacob, that's awesome. I'm glad that worked out for you. God, can you actually in my room? I beat my Lego block. I need to figure out what's copyrighted on YouTube. So maybe once I figure out that out, I can do it. I just don't know what's what will be considered copyrighted or not. I feel like the stuff on YouTube probably is, but I don't know, unfortunately. I'll look into it though. I start your dog on flex. Oh, 100%. Mark says, actually, center has a higher shooting percentage. They also may score a lot, have a lot of rebounds, and have blocks. Some even can shoot. Oh, that's true. Because yeah, that's right. The shooting percentage does help, especially since they're just literally under the hoop most of the time, right? The video isn't out. Let me look into it for because before some of my viewers told me that showing the Thursday Night Football game on Twitch wasn't an issue either, but it ended up being an issue, so I will double check that. Yeah, Jacob, no, that's good. I mean, hey, it's all good. Like, you're excited about it. That's a great play. So that's a great start to this week. How's your projection looking right now? Matt says I had both 2 and didn't start 8. Ooh, that's rough, Matt. That's rough. Martin, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Ayuk or DeAndre Washington at flex? Ayuk is a little bit safer. I would go Ayuk. We don't know what DeAndre Washington is going to look like. We don't even know if DeAndre Washington is going to be the starting running back for sure, right? He probably is, but he's a riskier play for me. Clutch Roll says, who's a better playoffs, Austin Eckler or Dalvin Cook? It depends on the matchup. For this week, though, I would say if we're in a PPR league, let me see. I mean, honestly, I still put Dalvin over Austin Eckler because he's a safer play. Eckler has a very, very juicy matchup this week. I like Dalvin slightly more, but it will be matchup to matchup, and also it will just be like usage, honestly. We know Dalvin is going to be the primary guy at all times for the Vikings, but let's see how Eckler does this week, right? They're both like top, I would say top 7, top 8 for me in the playoffs, but a lot changes week to week. Matt says that Jacob, my opponent, lost Josh Jacobs and Mixon, so I'm thinking I'm chilling. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll see how he does. Matt says victorious Ayuk. Yep. Mark Lee, what are your ends? What do you mean ends? Jeremy says I checked out your start to the video. It's good. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me know if you still have any questions after that. I try to focus on the guys who are not as obvious starts, so hopefully I was able to do that. But obviously it's going to be different every team to team because everyone's going to have specific questions, and that's why we answer those here. Jacob says I was projected 161, but I lost Gaskin, so I have to start TY, and now I'm projected 155. Not bad, not bad. Oh, Instagram. It's right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It might be hard to see, but it's just at DZ Fantasy Football. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger or something here. Maybe it's just like hard to see. Ooh, that's way too big. Let's see. Did I put it up here? Down here, maybe? I'll make it. I'll work on it. I know the light's right there, so it's probably a little hard to see, but maybe I can work on getting it a little bit better. Does the sub go update? It updates for any public subs. I can go check it right now. So if like some people have settings where it just like doesn't show up as public, so it doesn't pick it up. Right now, oh, we're at 350. Yo, guys, we're at 350. Okay, good call. Here, let me update this, and you have all unlocked a drink. So let me go pour that. Yo, guys, thank you so much for the sub, and whoever were the last 2 subs, I appreciate that. Let's update this. It's very finicky because the thing is, when these non-public, the private ones, a sub, I don't even actually get a notification. It is just what it is. But hey, I appreciate y'all. You guys, we're there. Thank you so much. All right, let's do this. Let's do. Okay, here let's go this. I thought 3. Oh no, appreciate call me out. Listen, if I tell you guys I'm gonna do something for 350, I will do it. So 100% call me out. I appreciate that, Matt. Here, I'll be right back. Let me go. Let me update this, and I will go get a drink. Be right back. All right, cheers, boys, to 350 and to 350 more. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. So Jeremy says, would you change your pick Seattle over New Orleans, knowing that Mims and Crowder are possibly out? I think Jamal Adams is going to be fired up. I think they're a good start. I think overall, New Orleans is just a better defensive unit. They just have a really juicy matchup, you know? Honestly, there are still some offensive weapons on... I mean, here's my reasoning. They're both, you know, obviously top 5 for me this week. I just really like New Orleans because they've actually got a solid D with like some playmakers. Not saying Jamal Adams isn't a playmaker, but overall, if we're just like on paper, I like the Saints D a little bit more. And they're playing like a very beat up Eagles team with a rookie quarterback. So unless Jalen Hurts does something like incredible, which can always happen, but I think the chances are lower. I think the Saints have a really good matchup this week. Jacob says oh, Jackie, what's up? Welcome. You played against the Ramsey. That's tough. That's tough. It happens, right? But you just gotta beat them out now, right? But Jeremy, you know, it's a very good point if both Mims and Crowder are up. We will see. We will see. Ilias, what's up? Kamara or Montgomery? Also Lockett or Justin Jefferson? I like well, Lockett has a better. Lockett's a safer play. I like Jefferson for the upside a little bit more. Kamara or Montgomery? I would probably go. David Montgomery is my start of the week, honestly. They're both very, very close. Kamara should do well, but I like Montgomery because he's been a beast. I think Kamara's going to do well. I think if you can, maybe try and play both. But I'd probably lean David Montgomery a little bit because I think it's going to go off again. Let's see where we're at. Martin says, do you do off-season? I will do off-season stuff. This is my first season doing YouTube. I can definitely do some Dynasty stuff if people are interested in that for sure. But I definitely do plan to do off-season stuff. Let's see. CJ Goodwin says, Mike Davis, Miles Sanders, or Mostert this week? I probably rank them Mike Davis, Mostert, and then Sanders. I can't trust Sanders right now. Jacob lost. I lost Dak earlier as well. I did too. Jackie says, is Dobbins worth cutting for Seattle D, or should I play Indy and stash Dobbins and I somehow make it out of this round? I think he is, but like, Jackie, is there someone else that you can cut instead? Because I think Dobbins is a decent stash for the playoffs. Because if you cut him, I guarantee you someone else in the playoffs is going to go grab him right away. Jacob says, how do you feel about T.Y. Hilton? I like him a lot. I think, I honestly kind of think he's going to go off this year, like into the playoffs. His next tough matchup is against the Steelers, and he has Houston again. He has Houston again in 2 weeks. He plays really, really well against Houston, and that's just like a thing, T.Y. Hilton in Houston, and he's been getting targeted a lot. The issue before, in my opinion, as a Colts fan, was that him and Phillip were really, really out of sync, and they just like, they weren't in sync. They didn't have preseason, new quarterback, a lot of stuff didn't go their way. They're starting to look good. Phillip Rivers looked to him so much last week. He just like, he had over 10 targets. I think 11 targets total, so I like T.Y. Hilton a lot. He's one of those players that I think is a good, you know, he's a wide receiver one on a team that most people probably dropped, and there's not a lot of opportunities for those kind of guys on the waivers. So if you're able to get him, I think that's great. How do you think about Mike Davis? Mike Davis should be fine. You know, he's been a little underwhelming, but he's playing a pretty beat up Broncos defense. So I actually do like Mike Davis a lot. I think he's a worthy like RB2 flex play. Matt says play Indy because the Raiders offense will struggle. Okay, I like that. I'm playing Keenan, Tyreek, Henry, Hawk. Oh, geez, that's good luck, yo. Everyone, can we give Jackie a quick good luck? Jackie says my upside to win is basically non-existent since Herbert is tied to Gene. We'll see. Maybe, hey, listen, maybe Herbert will become a running quarterback and maybe he'll like run in 4 touchdowns. You never know, right? Maybe he'll look to Mike Williams all day. You never know, dude. And honestly, like, I will say, even though you're playing against Keenan Allen, like, he could very much use Austin Eckler a lot more. So, I wouldn't overthink it. I don't think like, you know, like, I wouldn't think it as like, because he has Keenan Allen, I'm not going to be able to outscore him because I have Justin Herbert. I wouldn't think about it like that. Jacob says before Dak got injured, he was doing so well. Yeah, I know. He was a beast. He was about to break some records this year. He got me. Yep, I agree. Michael Pru, what's up, man? Hey, bro. Quick question: AB, Perriman, or Pittman? Ooh, I would probably go AB or Pittman over Perriman. I think AB is the safest play if that's what you're looking for. AB should be a decent play. He's also in my start of the week this week, or not start of the week. He's in my starts this week. I think he's a very safe play if that's comforting at all. Jackie says, I mean, I should cut CMC and mix it at this point. Maybe. If you had to cut one, I would probably cut Mixon over CMC, because for sure we know if CMC is back, we plug him in and we know he's going to do well. Mixon, not so much, right? My Akers pickup is the move of the year. That was good. That was good. I know, right? Yep. And hopefully, I know at least some of you guys picked up Akers based on my suggestion from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm very glad that some of you guys did. But hey, if you have Akers, he looked good. He looked very good. Jeremy says, do you think Ridley will go off since Julio's out, or will he suffer because the Chargers will stick their best DB on him or double team? I could play Michael Thomas, or it's hard for me to, again, you know, Ridley is one of those guys that's going to be very hard for me to say bench in the playoffs. I think he still does well. To me, he's still a top 10 wide receiver. Your other options are Deontay Johnson or Michael Thomas. I would say Calvin and Michael Thomas here, honestly. I don't think you need to worry about him. Calvin really has, you know, he does very well with or without Julio. I don't know what the exact breakdown is or what the exact stats are, but it's hard for me to say bench Ridley. I got Akers off the waiver this week. Perfect. With McKissick over Akers, it is what it is, right? Hey, you never know, Jackie. McKissick might do very well for you. Listen, I remember we talked about this before, right? The thing with this, and hindsight's 2020, but like, I would still tell you the same thing I told you before if I remember what I told you but it was that McKissick we knew for sure was going to be safe. Akers was very much going to be dependent on whether or not Sean McVay decided to give him touches. And, you know, we even said, hey, if he gets the touches and the Rams decide to feature him, he's going to have a way higher upside, right? He's going to be a very explosive kind of guy, and he's going to be great. But McKissick is a safer play. So that's, like, listen, it happens. We're never going to be able to say for sure this is the guy to do, but that's when you have to decide if you want to take a risk with someone that's safe or not. Listen, Akers did very, very well, but hey, McKissick could very well get like 15 receptions, you know, 120 yards and 3 TDs. You never know. So don't even worry about that right now. McKissick is a great play this week, man. Be glad you got McKissick. Jacob says, I was the only one to claim Akers. Not a lot of people believe in him, right? Jacob, that means not a lot of people, that's good, right? Because that means your league mates aren't coming to the stream, or else, you know, he would have been a hot waiver wire pick. Miles says, I want to play Jacobs, but he could easily get injured in first short. I know, right, Miles? And that's a risk. Jacobs is hard for me to say sit, but he is also, I mean, I will say this, I'm not saying this just as a Colts fan. He's playing a really tough rush defense, man. It depends on who else you have, but like, he's a risky play this week. He's a risky play. Chilwell, what's up, Flex? Marvin Jones, Mike Dobbins, or Kiki? I would probably go Mike Davis here. I think I like Mike Davis a little bit more. Marvin Jones isn't like the type of like top tier wide receiver that I would say for sure start over Mike Davis. So in flexes, I usually like to go with the starting running back, the workhorse running backs, who are for sure going to get the guaranteed touches. Marvin Jones has been great, right? But any game he could potentially just like, I don't know, be maybe like held to like 2 receptions, 3 receptions, which is not going to do anything. So I think I always like running backs a little bit more for the safety net of it. But yeah, welcome, Chill. Guys, anyone who's just got here, we hit 350 tonight, so we're having a little celebration. Thank you all for your support. Jackie says, I'm not beating myself over it. Too many things happened to me this week. I know, right? It happens. Mr. Yang, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm glad you're here just to chill, man. Are you working right now, or are you just kind of hanging out? Ari, what's good, man? Welcome. All the boys are in here. Happy Saturday night, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. And listen, it's an exciting time for fantasy. Exciting time for fantasy. This is where, you know, we figure out who the risk takers are and who are the ones that like to just kind of play it safe. But it's exciting. I'm just glad that we're still in fantasy right now, because it'll be over very, very soon, and that's gonna be sad. Jackie says my 3 best running backs have been gone for a super majority of the entire season. Fantasy gods have already been. I know it happens. Kyle, what's up, man? Cheers on the 350. Grabbing the love. Yo, your little emoji looks exactly like my thing, and look at that. I even have my name on here, Daniel. If you guys didn't know what my name was, focus. That looks bad, but yep, perfect. Cheers. Irie, what's up? How you doing, man? Off work tonight. Ready to watch the games? Yeah. Yo, is anyone watching any NBA preseason right now? My Cavs are on right now, and I'm having them on the side. Focus to you guys, obviously, but they're playing the Pacers right now, and just kind of seeing what this young talent is. But yo, anyone think the Cavs have a shot at making the playoffs this year? Halfway joking, halfway not. Jacob says my team has had 2 weeks with 89 points and 3 weeks above. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because of CMC, I guess that makes sense, right? Ty says, loving the engraving on the glass, but to answer, but what's your take on DeAndre Washington start? Yeah, so he can be a decent start for people that absolutely need it, right? But we've been talking about this for 2-3 weeks in a row now. There's always a risk to starting someone that we haven't seen in the wide receiver 1 position. Case in point, Ty, we talked about this and you were here, right? When we talked about Brian Hill, a lot of people said, hey, Brian Hill's a must start. Didn't do very well. We talked about Devontae Booker last week. Everyone's like, Devontae Booker's a must start. He didn't do very well. So listen, if you're forced to start him, by all means go for it. Like, he's a better start than backup and secondary running backs. So like, if like Frank Gore is playing and Ty Johnson is playing, we don't know what's going to happen. If we assume Frank Gore is going to be the #1 guy there, I'd probably say DeAndre Washington over Ty Johnson. I'd probably say DeAndre Washington over like Gus Edwards, over I don't know, like Latavius Murray even, because he's going to be the starting guy, but there's always a risk to it. China, what's up? McKissick or DeAndre Washington? I would go, if it's half PR, I would go half points per reception. I would probably go McKissick here. He's going to be a very, very safe guy for you to play. I like McKissick. What are we drinking tonight, Bossman? Yeah, so hope you guys don't make fun of me for it, but it's called Screwball. I think I talked about it before. It's a peanut butter whiskey. I'm not the one to usually drink like the flavor stuff, but this stuff is actually like really, really sippable. It's kind of like Fireball, but a lot better in that like it doesn't taste like windshield wiper fluid, and it's actually like it's actually pretty tasty. China, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Welcome back to the stream. But yeah, it's very tasty. If you're into peanut butter, it's a little sweet, but I'm kind of curious to mix this with some cocktails, some like chocolatey, more creamy stuff. You're already drunk and we're talking about the Cavs making the playoffs? Yeah, one can only hope, right? One can only hope. Jackie says 70, 76, 60. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Ty says, for sure, my choice comes down to starting Washington versus Miles Sanders. Oh. Let me look at the matchups, Ty. That's a tough one. Ah, man. Matt says I'm more of a Bud Light guy. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Bud Light. There's some times where I prefer the light brews. Yeah. Stuart, what's up, man? Good luck, everyone, with this week. And good luck to you as well. Tied between the two. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Sanders is at least the guy who we know what he is, right? Sanders has not done very well over the last few weeks, and he's playing against New Orleans. Listen, man, I might take a risk and go with Washington, honestly. Let's see if we get a little bit more news about like what their usage is going to be, and if like Washington is for sure going to be the primary guy. But honestly, I might go Washington here because Sanders has not been doing well. They're changing quarterbacks who likes to run, and they're playing the Saints, who are a really good run D. But yo, Stuart, welcome back to the stream, man. How you doing tonight? Carmelo says, CEH, Barber, Duke Johnson, standard. I'd probably go CEH here. I'm not trusting Barber or Duke Johnson that much, especially Barber. I don't think he suppresses 50 yards. Ari says, "Hey man, I'm a avid Fireball lover, but that peanut, yeah, it is. Nothing against Fireball, right? I guess Fireball, unless I'm wrong, and kids these days are doing something different, but like Fireball is probably not something I would sip on. Fireball is something I would just take a shot of, and it's great. I have no idea, but like I would never put Fireball on ice in a glass and just sip it. This is a very, very, like, I don't really know how to explain the difference, but it is it's a smoother whiskey, and it's just like very tasty. And maybe I haven't done it right? Maybe I need to try Fireball on ice, so we'll see. Screwball whiskey, right? Screwball, exactly. It's tasty. It was I got it at Costco yesterday. It was relatively cheap, so yeah. Have you tried peanut butter beer? Oh, for sure. I love peanut butter beer. If anyone is in SoCal or ever goes to San Diego, go to this. Here, I'm gonna show this. I love this place, and like whenever I go, I always take my friends. Here, I'm gonna show you guys this monitor. It's called Belching Beaver. So here's the thing. I've had a lot of peanut butter beers, and most of them, they like taste like, it's like stouts with like a hint of it. Like this one is very different, and there have been a lot of good ones as well. But guys, if you ever go to, or like honestly, they distribute, but if you ever have a chance, get this peanut butter milk stout. It actually almost tastes like a peanut butter like stout. Belching Beaver, they make a lot of like really, really good stuff based in San Diego. But yeah, this one here, this peanut butter, it has a beaver on it. Get this if you can. It's really, really tasty, and it actually it tastes so good. It's not overly sweet. Very, very good beer. They have a few different ones. They have like a nitro stout as well. That's also good. But this brewery is very, very decent. Highly recommend. Are we gonna see LiAngelo in the league this year? I don't know that we will, man. I don't know if they will. Chubb and McKissick PPR. Ooh, chill. Well, McKissick, I think, actually has a better floor than Chubb, but Chubb has a higher ceiling, so it depends on what you need to go for. Chubb does have a tougher matchup, but he's a way better back, so it depends on if you want to take the risk or not. I feel that 100% I wouldn't sit. Yeah, Fireball, listen, again, Fireball is great for taking shots with, right? This is actually good for taking shots with as well. If anyone doubts starting Chubb, but yeah, Chubb is tough, very, very tough for me to say sit. That's the only issue. Just easy to take down a hatch quickly and smoothly. Oh, 100%. Ari, I don't recall. Are you in college or are you a working professional? I had Gaskin as my RB2 jack. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. Jacob says my all-time lows in 2020 are 89, 89, and 109. That's not too bad, right? Jack says, do I start Sanders over Washington? I like Washington slightly more because I just don't like what Sanders has been doing. He hasn't put up, over 5 points? Or he went 7 points, 5 points, 3 points over the last 3 games, so Sanders is a bigger risk, in my opinion. Mr. Yang says, I'm benching Chubb over Demont and J-Rod. Hey, that's actually not bad. I guess there you go. That's the reason why you would bench Chubb. Tyson's usage looked good for Washington's numbers when he played with Breida on week 12, 48% usage and a 3-making mini. And I recall Washington ended up clutch for fantasy playoffs in 1 year. Hey, there you go. So maybe we go Washington over Sanders here, right? Because does anyone in chat actually think Sanders is like playable? Like, do we feel good about anything about Sanders besides the coaching change, right? That's a little tough. Stewart says Sanders begrudgingly hate the team, hate the matchup, but Booker last week burned me, so I gotta say why. That's a risk, exactly, Stewart. That 100%. I'm glad you bring that up as a viewer too. Like that's exactly the risk I'm thinking. Between Washington and Sanders, I think I have to go Washington though. Yang says I'm the only one out of my friends who enjoy peanut butter. I know, right? It's tasty. Listen, I don't discriminate. There's some stuff that I absolutely don't like, but for the most part, I enjoy most beers. Ari says college, but yo, that's awesome, man. Yo, what year are you in college, Ari? And like, if you don't mind, what college are you in? If you don't want to disclose it, feel free. Just like, I'm kind of just curious, like, where you go to college or like what city, state, because that's cool, man. But yeah, what year are you? Jacob says my all-time highs in 2020 are 174, 188, 2. Are you in full PBR, Jacob? Is that what it is? Tyson, is Chetty Osmond more than a decent? He's been our like star pupil, like development guy. I think a few years ago he was like practicing with like LeBron, Carmelo, that crew. I think he's actually potentially a starter for us. Cause who do we have? We'd have Drummond, Kevin Love, The guy we just Okoro, that we drafted as small forward. So I think he's probably going to come off the bench because we're likely going to have Colin Sexton and either Kevin Porter Jr. or Jarris Garland, right? So he's probably going to be coming off the bench, but he's actually always been a very like solid rotational player for us. Do you do full PPR? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was gonna say it's been very rare for anyone in my league to go over 200 because I'm in half PPR. Chad says, do you do fantasy basketball? I haven't done it. I did it before. The one season I did it, I won, and that was it. It's just a lot for me to sort of do because you have to like keep track of it day to day. But hey, I'd be happy to talk fantasy football. You know, I love looking at just like stats in general, so I'd love to talk about it as we get more into it. Alright, says I'm a sophomore in community college, but I live in SCSU area. Got the whole college. Nice. Okay, that's awesome. And I guess Ari, everything is pretty shut down, right? Are you doing everything just online? Is that right? And yes, Ari, if SCSU is San Diego, have you ever heard of this Belching Beaver Brewery before? I don't know how far you are from like actual like San Diego, like downtown. Ty says, do you want your team to go all in and take it this year like the crap for Cunningham? I know, right? I don't think we'll have to try to be one of the worst teams, so we'll see. I wouldn't mind it, but with our lottery luck recently, I want to be surprised even if we ended up as a worst record, we still get like, we still got something like the 5th pick or something, right? Tanking is a little tougher this year. The basketball gods are watching you. Lucius, what's up, man? Love the content. Yo, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Help me pick my lineup for playoff for sure. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. For this week, we have Lamar, Brady, Kamara, Henry, Taylor, Godwin, Thielen, Metcalf. Okay, so for your quarterback this week, let's focus on this week right now, if that's cool with you. Between Lamar and Brady, I think I go Lamar. For running backs, I think I like Henry and Taylor a lot. For your wide receivers, who do I like for wide receivers? I like Metcalf for sure. I think we need to start Metcalf. As for Thielen and Godwin, I like Thielen a little bit more, assuming he's playing, which leaves us Kamara or Godwin. I might go Kamara here. So I might go Lamar, Kamara, Henry, Taylor, Thielen, Metcalf. But if you want to swap Godwin and Kamara, I think that's fine too. Chat, let me know what you guys think. Mr. Yang, how old are you? We'll always play this game. Chat gets to guess how old I am because we get that question pretty frequently. So let's do a few guesses and see if people can get it. Last time, I think like 10 plus people guessed and 1 person got it right. Ari says, yes, sir. Online school is so easy. Now I haven't heard of this, but sounds interesting. Yeah. So, Ari, I guess you probably haven't been like downtown like bar hopping yet because I'm assuming you're not 21 just yet, right? But when you are of age, there's let me see, what's the area called? I think it's not Gaslamp because Gaslamp is like the super like bougie place downtown. It's I think like South Park or North Park, I want to say. It's right North Park area, so right outside of Balboa Park. Go check that out. There's a lot of really cool places. If you just look up Belching Beaver and Lucha Libre, that's always been my bar hop. Is literally I started Belching Beaver. There's like a bunch of like really cool breweries down the street. There's even a barcade, arcade bar that's really fun. And then at the end of the night, when the hunger strikes, you stop at Lucha Libre. So let me know if you ever do that. But that's a really fun place. I haven't been down to San Diego in a while. I was supposed to go earlier this year because I found this like taco fest. It's all you can eat tacos, and like the tacos are actually just like bomb. It's like really good tacos. I went 2 years ago, but this year it was canceled unfortunately. But yeah, check it out. Let's see. Harder to promote tanking NBA now, which is more fair? Basketball or football gods? Oh yeah, both, right? Basketball gods definitely get you. Jacob says 15, Uncle 6 is 18, Stuart says 22, 26, 24. Close. I am 28. I am an old man, guys. I am old man. Matt says you're getting your name up there. Yay. I believe you, Matt. I believe in you. You got this. Uncle 6, welcome to the stream. You guys were also close. You're also close. I should just tell people I'm 14 next time, right? Yeah, North Park is really cool. North Park is really cool. Have you ever been to PB? I have done it. I know that that's more of a college scene, right? I would like to go again, but maybe I'm too old now that I disclosed my age. But no, I've heard it's a really fun place, and I would definitely go. I want to go to more places next time in San Diego. Honestly, like I don't mind just kind of going there and spending some time there. Actually, I went to a music festival there last year, and that was really fun. It was all along the waterfront. And they had like boat taxis that took you from venue to venue. I think it's like 5 venues total, and that was really fun. Lucia says, thanks so much. I know it's stupid, but I'm playing against Zhou this week. I have no idea who to go for a kicker. It's embarrassing. Got one for me. Sorry. No, not at all. So I don't know exactly what your guys are gonna look like or who's on the waiver, but Lucius, go to my start sit video from this morning. I have Zhou was my start of the week because I said revenge game, but go look at my top 5 in my list. You can either go to the video view or just the description, see if any of those guys are available, and come back and let me know if they're not. But I think any of those would be great starts this week. Matt says, I work at a brewery, make about 80 bucks in tips per. Oh, dude, that's sick. That's awesome. Matt, what kind of brewery do you work in, and what do you do there? That's actually really interesting. I always thought that would be like a really fun thing to do. Tyson SoCal tacos, you got me yearning. I know, dude. And here's the thing: is like, there were probably like 30, 40 vendors there, and like we couldn't even get through it. My record was actually for that day. I had like, I think it was like 21 or 22 tacos. I couldn't move at the end of the day, but like. It's not just like Taco Bell tacos, or it's not just like your basic, like you go to like a normal like American bar, they have like, you know, tacos and it's like kind of like ass. Like these were like legit like SoCal tacos. They were like all very different seafood ones. Like it was so, I was very disappointed that it was canceled this year is what I'll say. Yeah, for sure. If you say you're female, people will believe you. Oh, no, that's not offensive at all. Listen. When you get to my age, boys, you want to be known. You want people to think you're younger looking than not. I definitely still get ID'd when I go and buy alcohol. But it's interesting now when you go buy alcohol. I don't promote underage illegal buying of alcohol, but I figured at this point when everyone has to wear masks, this is probably the easiest time to do it, right? But maybe we'll have to cut that out for when the video goes live. We don't want to be promoting underage alcohol purchases here. Yeah, the Mexican food here is the closest you'll get straight out. I know, right? Can't find a Cali burrito better. I know. And here's the interesting thing, Ari, is that California burritos apparently are not a big thing outside of like San Diego, because even when I ask my friends about it, in like LA, people don't know what a California burrito is. So I think California burritos, like I think I looked it up, it came from San Diego, and I'm pretty sure it's just a thing in San Diego, but I love it. If anyone who doesn't know what a California burrito is, it's a burrito with carne asada, guac, sour cream cheese, and fries. The fries make such a huge difference. It's so good. If you ever get a chance to do it. I have seen California burritos being sold in other places outside of San Diego, but I think it's definitely like a main thing in San Diego. Matt says, at this moment, because of COVID, I do curbside pickup. I don't even swipe cards or take cash. I order online. When I give them the beer, I mark it as pickup. Nice. That's sick, dude. Now you're not of age, right? Because aren't you? And you're in high school, right? Ty says, great pro-life tip. They'll never know what the mask costs exactly, right? Very true. I'm from the Bay and never had a California burrito until I moved here. Yeah, exactly. Ari, do you have like a favorite like food or like favorite like restaurant that you like to go out to in San Diego? Because if you have any like suggestions, I'd love to go. There was a donut place that I went to in San Diego. I don't remember the name of it, but it was also really good. It was downtown somewhere. It was tight. Mr. Yang says, my fiance is a nurse. She has a job offer in Cali for over $70 an hour. Is that a good salary? Never been in Cali, so don't know what the average is. So what does that calculate to? So it's $70 an hour, assuming she works full time, 40 hours a week. That's $2,800 times 4. And that sounds like a lot, dude. That's $11,000 a month. Is that right? 70 times 40, so that's $2,800 a month. That seems like a lot, dude. So what if you do that 28 times 4 times 12? That's 134. I mean, that's not bad. You know, low to mid what do you call it? Low to mid like 100,000. That's not bad for Cali. You know, Cali is affordable just depending on where you live. So it depends. I don't quite know what the nurse rates are, but over 130 grand for a nursing job seems like it's decent. I also could be just like, assuming a little bit too much when I say, 40 hours a week or not. I'm sure she's working a lot more, right? Matt says I'm 17, but not supposed to sell beer. Oh yeah, I won't. Listen, Matt. We'll keep it hush hush. If you send me, if you mail me a little, if you mail me some beer, we'll call it even. All right, sounds good. I don't know if said I own it and it was tired off. That's awesome, dude. That's great. How do you like working in a brewery, knowing that you're like, I don't legally you can't drink any of it, but like, is it a fun experience? Because like that seems like a really fun job for a 17-year-old dude. Ari says, check out Kotija Jr. and Del Mar best. Okay, I'm gonna add it to my Yelp list. Kotija Jr. Okay, Del Mar. Gotcha. Let's see, where is this? All right, yeah, for sure. I'll add it to my Yelp list, dude. Thank you for that. I have been wanting to go over the border when it's actually gonna be doable to like actually going to Tijuana and get food. I heard, especially if you go in the day and go to the touristy places, it's actually not that bad at all. And like, I mean, I know SoCal is like, it's gonna be like as authentic of Mexican food as you can get to, but I do really want to cross the border at some point and actually get some authentic Mexican food. Duddy says I got Ingram over Thomas, Kamara, Chubb, Eckler over Taylor, and Thomas McLaurin over Ayuk. Ooh, I don't know that I would put Ingram over those guys, man. Eckler is a good start this week. I don't know if I would put a tight end over some of your premium skill positions here, man. McLaurin over Ayuk, sure. I would honestly consider putting like one of Thomas, Kamara, Chubb, or Taylor over Ingram. I'm assuming that's a flex spot, right? Ty says, hey, Ari, fellow Bay Area resident here, and Yang, that's solid. The depends on where she's working. If it's San Francisco or Palo Alto, then the housing cost makes a good chop. Yo, for sure. Burke, let's go, man. Welcome back. Yo, we missed you here. How did the final go? I was hoping Burke didn't just disappear off the earth, but yo, I knew you had finals, so I'm glad you made it, man. How did everything go, dude? David N says Tom Brady or Josh Allen this week, and Miles Sanders, Raheem Mostert. Between the running backs, I go Raheem because I can't trust Sanders. For quarterback, let's see. For quarterback, they're very close on my list. I think I lean Josh Allen slightly more. Slightly more, but I would say coin flip if you don't trust him against Pittsburgh. Dandy said, sorry, meant Ingram over Thomas just for tight end. Oh, Logan Thomas. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I was like, you're not about to play Ingram over like Michael Thomas or like Kamara, right? I don't mind that. I do like Logan Thomas, but Ingram has been getting a lot of touches, a lot of volume, so I don't mind Ingram at all. I like that. Rick says took too long no sleep this week. Oh, Matt is returning. Oh yeah, yo, Matt's been we've been learning about Matt's life. He's gonna sneak us some illegal beers. He's gonna ship it to everyone's house. But yo, that's great, dude. How do you feel about all the finals? You feeling good? Lucia says Blankenship, Fairbairn, Butker are stuck up all available. I have Sanders. Glad I let you review because that's a sit out of those who. Yeah, so Sanders, I know that's like a big controversial one, and I know a lot of people don't love it. My issue with Sanders this week, and like, let me know if you guys agree or not. So Sanders has been great, right? He's a great guy. I'm sure he's a great guy, but he's been a great kicker. I just feel like the Dolphins are not going to be able to score that much against the Chiefs. So Blankenship, Fairbairn, Butker, and so honestly, that's like really solid that all of them are there. I would say probably Blankenship or Suckup. Both are probably going to be decent for you. The problem with kickers is that like it's not like other skill positions where you can like more accurately predict. So I would say honestly, like look at them, see who you like the best, and then go for that. But if they're all good, like go for them. Look at what they've been doing. Look at what you think is good. Out of those, let me see who I would rank the most. I think I would go Blankenship and Suckup as 1 and 2. As for, let me just look at this again. I mean, Fairbairn actually also looks good. Maybe suck up here. Maybe suck up. If we assume, because I think Bucks and Vikings might be a high-scoring game. Flip a coin. I think they're all great. All right, where we at here? Andrew Walker, yo, what's up? Yeah, we lost. Yeah, I know. Just lost Gaskin. A lot of people lost Gaskin. My YouTube noties were going off when I was taking a nap, so that's why I decided to get a quick stream in so we can talk a little bit about it. But that's tough, man. Do you have anyone else you can put in the back there? Ari says, nice. I was born in San Jose, lived there till I was 13, Los Gatos for a year. Nice. Strawberry, what's up, man? Start DeAndre Washington. Depends on who else you have. He's going to be a risk, but he's an okay start. Cole Kmet or Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed is probably a little bit safer. Clutch Pro, who's better for weeks 15, 16, 17? I'll have to look at the matchups, but on paper, like wide receiver wise, I like AJ Brown a lot better than Robert Woods. I'm a big AJ Brown fan. Ty says, I know your boy Houghton is a main start of the week, but would you have started him over Woods, Chark, or AB? I think so. Well, Woods, I think I would have considered it, but hey, we didn't start Woods, right? Chark, well, so AB is someone I've said is very safe, but I don't really see him having a high ceiling. Chark is decent, but he's on a worse team. His fantasy value comes in the force of the ball. So I actually probably would have gotten like Woods, T.Y., Chark, and AB. But you know, obviously Woods did not do very well, and that was very surprising. So it happens. But I do like him a lot. Andrew Walker says, should I start Gallman or Ronald Jones? Gallman is going to be the safer pick. Ronald Jones has a higher ceiling. So if you want like the guaranteed double-digit points, which is what we've seen with Gallman, I would go Gallman. If you want something that's gonna, you know, potentially blow up for like 20+ points, I would go Ronald Jones. Denny says, thanks, bro. Good luck to you. Good luck to you as well, man. Hopefully that helps. Tay says, depends on if you want boom or bust consistent for sure. Brick says, yeah, I did my best. Professionals didn't really manage online schedules very well, so it ended up being really tough, but everything is curved, so we'll see. I'm glad I'm passing. Yo, that's awesome. Are you on break this week then? Or like, you have to be on break after finals, right? Miles says, I'm gonna start Jacobs because Henry dropped over 100 both times he played the Colts. Go for it. I would probably advise against it. Henry barely broke 100 the first time, and the second time he played the Colts is because we didn't have our 2 starting DTs. Go for it though. If he gets the volume, he's going to be a start. I would definitely temper your expectations, and also just know that like Jacobs isn't quite Derrick Henry. Burks says, how you feeling about this playoff this week? Couldn't relate. Nice, sitting nice with a bye. There you go. Yeah, you guys got it. Strawberry said, Nelson Aguilar or Colin Johnson? Neither. Do you have someone else you can pick up? Strawberry, go look at the waiver wire pickup video from this week and see if there's someone you can get, or my start Sid, but I'm not a huge fan of either this week. Colin Johnson is very, like, I don't know if I would trust him starting this in the playoffs. Gamer NXT, what's up, man? I'm chilling with a bye this week. Do I take Houston defense for week 16 there against Cincinnati? I currently have Coats. I would not. Gamer, go look. I posted a video for top 10 defenses for weeks 14, 15, and 16. Go look at that. I have my top 10 broken down by each week, and I also have stash strategies. So go there, but I'm not a huge fan of Houston right now, is my thing. Richard, what's up, man? Welcome. Break says, yes, some break now. How long do you have it for? Yeah, Richard, go for it. Miles Sanders versus New Orleans or Duke Johnson? Ooh. So, okay, so for your quarterback question, I definitely go Tannehill. I like him a little bit more. I think he's going to be able to boom more than Taysom is. Man, if I had to choose Miles Sanders and Duke Johnson, and I had no one else to choose from, I might actually go Duke here, man. Miles has not looked good. We don't know what. There's a huge risk with and question mark with what Jalen Hurts is going to do. Duke Johnson, I don't love his matchup either, but with Watson there, he could very well get in the end zone. I think his ability to get in the end zone is a little bit higher than Miles Sanders. I'm not a huge Miles Sanders fan, man. He scored single digits in the last 3 weeks and has averaged 4 or 5 points. So I think I would probably go Tannehill and Duke here, but chat, let me know what you guys think. Ty, do you think LaMelo Ball will actually be a legitimate player or all hype? I mean, we kind of thought Lonzo Ball was going to be hype, right? But he's actually okay. I think he's gonna be like, I don't know if he's gonna be a superstar, but I think he'll be like a decent starter. We'll see though, right? Do you think Zeke will play? I think he plays. I don't, you know, when someone asked about that earlier on, I didn't think that he had anything that was like I didn't think he had a very, what do you call it? Like, I don't think he had a serious injury enough where we had to be concerned about it, but yeah. Kevin, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, for sure. I appreciate that, man. Yo, Kevin, I forgot. What do you do? I know, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but hey, glad I am your audio of choice on your way back. Hopefully, you know, drive safe, of course. Ilya says, do you think Kamara will have a run game going from? I think so. Kamara looks good. I never thought Kamara was someone that we should like really drop. It's his stock went down, his usage went down a little bit because of the kind of guy that Taysom is, but it's not like they like went from Drew Brees to like, I don't know, a wide receiver at quarterback, right? So he's still gonna have value. He plays Philly this week. I think Kamara is a great guy to have, man. But he says, I'm pretty sure he even said himself he was good to go, but Aaron Joe said that and didn't play for. Yeah, I know. I think he should be good to go. Let's look. Let me look this up really quickly and see what the latest injury status is on him. So 5 hours ago, 6. Okay, let's see. Elliott. As of right now, I guess I don't see anything that tells me he's not going to play. So I think he'll be okay. Kevin says, I never checked about a job, but I work at a family business. We sell water. But oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. How has the business been better because of COVID, or how has COVID affected it? Because I figure most people are probably ordering more water, right? Strawberry says most of the top wide receivers on teams already: Chad Henson, Russell Gage, Colin Johnson, Nelson Aguilar. I would maybe go Russell Gage because, I mean, guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Chad Henson and Colin Johnson, they really just showed up last week, right? I would probably go Gage or Nelson Aguilar. I don't like Aguilar's option, his matchup this week, but what's going for him is that he should be the #1 wide receiver for the Raiders. They are playing the Colts, which is not great. If I had to choose between the four, I don't know enough about Chad Henson or Colin Johnson to say yes for sure start them. So I'd probably go Nelson Aguilar or Gage, and I'd probably lean Gage maybe like slightly, or sorry, not Gage. I probably lean Aguilar slightly more. Let me look at Gage really quickly and see what his. Gage actually did okay. If Julio doesn't play, maybe we go Gage here. Aguilar, how do you do? Aguilar didn't do very well. They're very similar players. To me, I think Aguilar is slightly safer because he continuously gets those targets. So I probably have like Aguilar over Gage by like just like the slightest of hair. For sure, Strawberry. Hopefully that helps. It's a difficult one, and like sometimes we're kind of just put into the corner with like what's available, but you know, also, you know, think about it and go with your gut feeling at the end of the day and see who you like the most. KMA, what's up, man? Logan Thomas or Mike Gesicki this week? That's a good one. I think Mike Gesicki has a slightly higher chance of booming, as we've seen. He's facing a tougher defense. Logan Thomas is a very safe pick. So I think it depends on if you want the safer floor or the boomness of it. I don't mind Mike Gesicki because he actually looked okay with Tua, but I'm just worried about what Casey might do with Tua this week. I do think Gesicki has a potentially higher ceiling, but Logan Thomas has been a very consistent, like, okay floor tight end for us. Says, I get that, Matt. I'd rather have drafted Ball over Edwards and needed a guard for upside, but we'll see, yeah? Oh, Matt says, LaMelo's going to be a superstar. Should have been drafted #1. Okay. Bobby says, Kevin, either Deontay or JD. Did I miss something? I might have missed something here. Oh, sorry. Kevin says, okay, with Gaskin testing positive, I'm moving Swift to my RB2 slot. I need help picking a flex. Deontay, Hilton, Miles Sanders, McKissick. Honestly, dude, I don't know that I would put... I'm a little bit worried about Swift. If you feel okay about him, If you feel okay about him, sure, put him there. If it were me, I might even go McKissick as RB2 and put someone like a Deontay or a T.Y. Hilton as your flex. In my opinion, I think McKissick is a little bit safer of a play to play over Swift. But Swift could go off. That's my take here, at least. That's my take. Bobby says Deontay or JD. There you go. Business was great before beginning COVID, but it slowed down. Not many people go. Gotcha. Okay. Hopefully things are still going well for you guys. But hey, that's awesome that you're sticking with the family business, man. Kudos to you. Brick says 350. Yeah, I know, right? We're getting there. We're having a little sippy sips for 350. Zero Proof, what's up, man? Wilson Jr., Devil Singletary, or Duke Johnson? If you had to choose one of those, go Duke Johnson here. I don't like any of them as much, but Duke Johnson is going to be your starter for this week, so you got to go Duke Johnson here. Tarberry says, do you think the Saints will put the Eagles away early, then use Latavius Murray to close games? They very much could, right? But even if they put them away, I think it's going to be a lot of Kamara sprinkled in as well. I do think the Saints are going to do very, very well against the Eagles, but it's one of those things that I don't think we should overthink. People were trying to overthink it a little bit last week, and we were discussing in our stream before starting Kamara, and he went off for, I think, 15 plus last week? So, I mean, I will say you're overthinking it a little bit if you say you want to start, your stud and one of the, better fantasy running backs in the first round of playoffs because of, what you think could happen with the game script. I would go Kamara here. Bobby says, I had Swift on my bench and Gaskin starting. I'm doing the same. I think he'll be okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if people have confidence in Swift, go for it. Go for it. Keegan says, what's up? What's up, Keegan? Pick 2, Jacobs, Gurley, Gio, Beasley, Washington. Oh, man. I'd probably go Beasley. I don't love this running back, so I'd probably go Jacobs if he was available. I don't know if he's 100% just yet, so keep an eye on that. Survey says, DeAndre Washington, Latavius Murray, Chase Edmonds, Leonard Fournette, Ty Johnson. DeAndre is the only starting guy here, man. DeAndre is the only starting guy here, so I'd probably go him, but there's always going to be a risk because we have not seen what he looks like when he starts. Should I trade Gronk for Tanyan? I don't think you really need to. It seems like a lateral trade. I guess if you like Tanyan better, go for it. It seems like a very lateral trade for me. I don't know that you're gaining much from either Gronk or Tanyan at this point. Very similar Titans. Ty says, would you consider trading Fournette as rosterable or not? He is, to me, is more of a handcuff because we can never predict when Fournette is used and when Ronald Jones is used, and it's very 50-50. If Rojo gets injured, he's automatically like a high-end RB2. So it would definitely be more of a handcuff because I don't know. I don't know if there's this evidence where I can confidently tell you this is the week you want to start Fournette. But he could be an okay flex, right? But you might just have to deal with a floor of like 3 or 4 points. Strawberry says, true that. Thanks again. Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for the good question, Strawberry. Yeah, just like, trust in your guys. Like, because I promise you, if you lose because you bench Kamara, you're going to beat yourself over it until next season. You have Kamara for a reason. I understand that there's a lot of concerns about him, but he did well last week. He did okay the week before. So I think you got to just start your studs, man. Start your studs, especially if there's like nothing super concerning. It's a very different situation than someone like a Zeke, because Zeke literally he lost his starting QB. They lost a lot of people on the O-line. Their defense is really, really bad. So pretty much everything was going against him. To continue to be very productive, but hey, Zeke is obviously not like a top 5 running back at the moment in fantasy, but he's still got the talent, and the Cowboys are actually starting to look okay. So I think he's going to be able to punch it in a little bit, but yeah. He goes, what I said about Gronk for Tanyan, I said it's at that point, it's really depending on who you like better. It seems like a very lateral move. I don't think you're gaining much over one or the other. So I would just pick one and see who you like. They're very similar tight ends to me. It's a very lateral trade in my opinion. I don't really see either Tanyan or Gronk as much better where I can say hey man, this guy is going to outscore the other guy by 20 points in the next 3 weeks. they're both like very similar tight ends to me. They don't get like 8+ targets, but they get like, somewhere between 4 to 7 maybe ish. So like decent for tight ends, and they're used in the end zone. So they both get great quarterbacks thrown to them. Very, very similar tight ends in my opinion. That's my take. But yeah, boys, it's been a very, very, very interesting day in fantasy, right? I'm really hoping, here's the thing. Make sure you guys all like check things early tomorrow morning, because I have a feeling that between now and tomorrow morning, we might get a few more, what do you call it? We might get a few more injuries or like COVID stuff. So, be careful with it and see what happens. Do you think Zeke is going to be a first-round pick next season with Prescott? I absolutely think he is. He's definitely going to be 100%. He's going to be a first-round pick. This is, should we be concerned for Zeke with his calf contusion? Wondering if me dropping Pollard for Washington was a bad. I don't think so. I think Zeke still plays. Washington is for sure. We think he's more likely going to be the starter than Pollard. So, I think Zeke plays unless we see something else. That's my opinion. Gigo says, I trust Tanya more, I feel, because Gronk splits times with Cameron Brate and AB Mike Evans Godwin rather than Tanya, who doesn't really split time. He only has Devontae Adams. That's true. I don't know that I would say he splits time with Cameron. I haven't seen the split, but you're right that there's AB, Mike Evans, and Godwin. If you like Tanya more, go for him. Like I said, I think it's a very lateral move. They're very similar tight ends. So if you trust Tanya a little bit more, definitely go for it. And I guess, counter argument would be that there's Aaron Jones, there's Jamal Williams, there's also Alan Lazard, and also a little bit of Marcus MVS too, right? So that's the thing. Logan, what's up? What's up, bro? Just found out that Gaskin is COVID, so do I go with Mike Davis, someone off of waivers like DeAndre Washington or Melvin Gordon or someone else? Thanks, bro. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I would go probably Mike Davis or Melvin Gordon. Between the two, I like both. Yeah, I think both Gordon and Mike Davis are safer starts. So I would say, who do you like better between Melvin? They're playing each other, right? I think I like Melvin slightly more, but both of them are going to be good for you. Jay, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Having trouble? Do I start Juju or Ayuk? I'm up 41 now because I play Akers and Ramsey. That perfect. I would probably go. I like Ayuk a little bit more. I like Ayuk slightly more here because Juju has to really split with the multiple people on the Steelers. But that's great that you started both Akers and Ramsey. Up 41 is very safe, and Diggs as your wide receiver 1. That's great too. So that's good. You're going to be putting a lot of stock into that Steelers-Bills game, huh? Zerproof says pick 3, Crowder, T. Patrick, Kuti, Hilton. I'd go Crowder, Hilton, and probably Tim Patrick, actually. I don't really want to trust Kiki right now with just one game of data. He could very well do well, but if you have someone like a Tim Patrick, I think it's okay because he's actually been okay. Barry says if Drake is out, Chase Edmonds versus Giants, scary or doable? Giants defense, I think you do it. Has Drake had any? What's his face? I haven't heard of any injury reports. Yeah, it looks like he should be playing tomorrow, so I would say Drake plays tomorrow. But yeah, I would play Edmonds against the Giants if he was out. Mike Davis should get some more look with DJ Moore out. He could very much could. Big T says JD McKissick or game. Oh, very similar. Is it Big T? Is this PPR or is it standard? Brick says, what do you think Juju's future looks like in the past this offseason? Yeah, I'll be very curious to see if they re-sign him because he's going to be expensive. I feel like, I don't really know much about the Steelers, but it feels like they've only let their star players go when there's been drama, right? And when they've wanted more money. So I could see Juju actually maybe getting signing somewhere else because they've got Washington. I would feel comfortable with Washington. Washington, Claypool, and Deontay Johnson right now. But hey, maybe they feel like Deontay Johnson can't stay healthy and they re-sign Juju. Juju hasn't been as big of a factor, but he's still been a healthy, solid start. Denp, what's up, man? Welcome back. T. Higgins, Sammy Watkins, or Mike Williams? I'd probably go Mike Williams here. I'm not a fan of T. Higgins or Sammy Watkins. Mike Williams, I'm not a huge fan of either because he's boomer bust, but he has actually an okay okay matchup this week, so I'd probably go Mike Williams here. I've been telling people this. I can't really trust Bengals players in the playoffs, and I'm just surprised. Like I'm kind of surprised every time people bring up Sammy Watkins. Maybe I'm missing something, but like I'm surprised that Sammy Watkins is fantasy relevant right now. Jack Johnson, what's up? Non PPR, Chris Godwin or Robbie Anderson? Great question. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. I think I go Godwin here. Very, very, very slightly Godwin. Both on the same tier. Jay Heyman, thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate that. I think I go Godwin slightly more. Strawberry says, does Andy Dalton seem to be targeting Gallup over? It seems like a little bit more. Gallup has only become fantasy relevant after Andy Dalton coming in. Listen, in one of my leagues, I'm a little bit wide receiver short, and I think I have to go in on Gallup this week. So, good matchup. Hopefully, he still gets the targets. But yeah, I'm going with Gallup this week. Gallup knocked me out of the playoffs last week in one of my other leagues. So, you know, joining the enemy, right? Break says Deontay, Washington, Claypool, and solid and young. Hope Juju goes somewhere where he'd be featured. It seems like the team is really tight. Oh yeah, right. I love Juju. He's one of my favorite like personalities in the NFL. So we'll see what happens. RG3, what's up, man? Excuse my language. What language are you talking about here? Are you getting us ready for something? Marlo says, sup, Daniel. What's up, Marlo? How you doing? Start one for my other wide receiver and one for my flex. Justin Jefferson, Diggs, Hopkins, Michael Thomas, Swift, or even pick up JD McKissic or Mike Davis. I think JD McKissic or Mike Davis are great pickups. You should probably have both on your bench right now. As for wide receiver, I'd probably go, let me see. I'd probably go Diggs here. And for flex, you could probably go Justin Jefferson or MT. I think Mike Davis and JT are both a little bit safer than Swift, but I think you absolutely, if you can, you actually should have both JD McKissic and Mike Davis on your team. Unless it's a smaller league where like people's teams are a little bit more stacked. Russell Gage or Tyler Boyd. That's tough. Let me look at Tyler's and like I want to see what his volume was last week, because that's Let me pull up Tyler Boyd really quickly, because Boyd, at least from what I remember, he was only relevant because he had one big touchdown, right? I don't know if I can trust Boyd, man. He had 4 targets and only one. He had one reception for 72 yards. So yeah, his only reception was the long TD. So I think I have to go Russell Gage here, man. I think I have to go Russell Gage, even though I don't love either too much. Russell Wilson versus Tannehill. I think I go. Wait, Wilson's playing the Jets, right? I think Tannehill a little bit more, but Wilson definitely has a better matchup. We might have to go Russell Wilson here. I don't know. Burke, what do you think? Burke, what do you think about Russell Wilson this week? I like what we've seen with Tannehill a little bit, but Russell has a lot better matchup. JD McKissic, Mostert, Swift, pick one full PPR. I think I like JD McKissic a little bit more. I would say maybe Mostert for the ceiling, but I like JD McKissic a little bit more here, Sven. And welcome to the stream. Burke, I have no idea what I think I missed something. It didn't show up on my chat, so I'm not sure what's going on. Matt says Tannehill, okay. Marlo says it's 16. Okay, that makes sense. 6-team league with stacked people, so you probably don't need it. Ty says, Dan, as a certified Warriors hater, do you think my Dubs? I think they have a very good chance, right? I know, obviously losing Clay is bad, but when you have Steph and the rest of the guys, I think it's gonna be. I think you guys. West is stacked as well, but I think it's sneaking. Jack just says Herbert or Tannehill and 49ers or Ravens. Jack, go look at my defense for this week. My my playoff defense rankings. My top 10s are there. As for Herbert or Tannehill, they're both really close. They're both top 5 for me this week. I have Herbert as my start of the week, so maybe I go him. I like Herbert a little bit more. I think Tannehill is actually a little bit safer. But I think Herbert might go off. Let's see. Ari says, I traded Jefferson earlier this season for Gibson. I'm upset. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, Jefferson was a little inconsistent earlier this year, right? So it makes sense that you traded him earlier, but it happens, right? Like Gibson would have been fine now, and you can't really predict injury, so don't beat yourself up over that. Big Cheese says full PPR: JD McKissick, Wayne Gallman, Carson. I'd probably go Carson, and that's really good. Maybe Carson and JD here. Maybe Carson and JD here. Lorenzo, what's up? Stream Stafford or Tua? I'd probably go Stafford here. I'm not trusting Tua this week. Ty says, my condolences, Ari. I have suffered from the... Yeah, for sure. RG3 says, because we were talking about hyping it up Thursday. Yeah, whatever you guys were talking about, it didn't show up in the chat, so I'm kind of out of the loop here. Is Swift and set and forget or be worried? Because Lorenzo, I do not think he's anywhere near set and forget. I think we need to see how he's used this week and if he's 100% healthy. But it's been a new coaching team, so I don't think he's at all set and forget. It will depend on whether or not he gets featured. I think he's at your risk this week. Jack Johnson for sure, no problem. Bricks is one of the teams I had Jacobs, Swift, and Gibson sitting on my bench last 2 weeks, and Julio too. Ooh, that's rough. Jack Johnson says I traded Montgomery when he got hurt. Of course, he does amazing. Hey, it is what it is, right? Montgomery wasn't great. He's just kind of going off now, so a little bit of a late boomer. It's all good. Burke traded me Carson for Julio. Hey, Julio's doing well. Burke and what's his face? Carson was a little injured, right? So. Marlo says, since my league mates are stacked, should I still consider adding JD McKissick or dropping either Mostert or Swift? I think it's okay. I really like JD McKissick in full PPR. I think Mostert and Swift are both good. I don't think you're necessarily gaining him much more. So if you trust Swift, he could be the #1 guy there, right? So it depends on the rest of your team. I do like JD a lot, but I don't know that I would drop either Mostert or Swift for it. Seahawks fans are very unhappy with Russ. I'm confident he'll pick it up eventually, but he's been awful. So yeah, maybe we'll go Tannehill this week, right? Maybe we go Tannehill. Heartbreaking and mind-blowing, earth-shattering, awful. Oh, you're talking about Cam Akers? Yeah, for sure, yeah. I loved Akers. Yo, we did it right? We did it right. We said that there's a very good chance he blows up. But hey, Cam Akers looks really good. I love it. So much for Russ's MVP season, and we'll see what happens. If we can pick it up over the next 3 weeks, maybe, but we'll see. Matt says, like, traded Carson for Hunt. Okay. I mean, again, like, guys, the thing I think about it is, like, we don't just think about it now. Maybe Hunt helped you get into the playoffs, right? Maybe Hunt helped you get into the playoffs, and that's good. So it's tough, and hindsight is definitely tough. Peyton Barber or Washington? I'm not a huge fan of Barber. I think Barber's going to be very TD dependent. Washington is just going to be a little bit risky, but I think Washington should get a little bit more volume and yardage is what I'm thinking. Peyton Barber, to me, he gets under 50 yards, anywhere from 0 to 3 touchdowns. So I guess take that for what you will. If you want to risk it on him, that's great, but that's my only concern. Carson is useless in week 16. Rams will shut him down. Maybe we'll see. I mean, I still think the Seahawks are going to be able to move the ball, but we'll see. Poor Seahawks. Yeah, they'll still make the playoffs, so don't worry. Miles says, sorry that I always stay for only a bit, but I have to go watch a Christmas movie, fam. Let's see you, Danny. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Thank you for stopping by, Marla. Listen, you stop by for as much as you need, man. Go enjoy the Christmas movie, man. Have fun with your family. Have a good night. Is that the World Series violin? Matt says that Hunt didn't help, barely started him because of his matchup. He versus Giants 15-16. Hey, there you go. That's true. He's been a little underwhelming. But okay for our RB, like a backup running back, right? Okay for a backup running back. Sven says Ridley, MT, Deontay Johnson, Julio Jones. I don't think Julio Jones is playing, Sven, so I would have to go Ridley and probably MT this week. Guys, Julio might be done for the season. I missed everything you said about Washington versus Barber. Oh, no problem. So Barber, I don't think he's going to get the yards. He's going to be very touchdown dependent. I think he's going to get under 50 yards and anywhere from 0 to 3 touchdowns. So very, very big variety and very big risk. DeAndre Washington should be the starting guy, but we don't know what he's going to look like. There's always a risk because they might not feature him. They might feature Patrick instead. We don't know. But on paper, he should get a little bit more volume, in my opinion, than than Barber. That's what I'm thinking. JR, what's up, man? Don't worry about it at all. We're just kind of hanging out. Listen, guys, no one has to be here, right at the start until the end. So I appreciate all the, very nice for you guys to apologize, but definitely no need. We welcome you, all of you out here anytime. Break says really empty. Yep, I agree. Kevin says perhaps I'll sit Swift. I got safer options. You just never know after the big concussion. Exactly, and that's the thing, right? Swift had one game right before he got a concussion where he was featured. And he finally got that, right? So, I don't think it's a bad play because he could very much do well. But if he has safer options, I think it's a little bit better because we really don't know unless we have any Detroit Lion fans in here, right? We really don't know what's quite gonna happen. Strawberry says, yo, thanks for all the input. Great channel. Yo, thank you so much, man. I'm glad you found my channel. I know this is the first time you're here, right? But yeah, man, have a good night and good luck tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow. Let's see. Ty says, what other wide receivers were considered Rossborough on the Falcons beside Ridley? Maybe Gage. Gage has actually been okay. Maybe Gage is what I'll say. Hector says, welcome to the stream, Hector. Can you trust Derrick Henry tomorrow? I think you have to. You're not going to bench Derrick Henry in the playoffs. I think you have to. RG3 says, who would you go with in high PPR? I'd probably go DeAndre Washington. Both are very, very high risks. If there's someone else you can pick up, I would do it, but I would probably go DeAndre Washington. Jay Gar says, may sound stupid, but Andrews with Ravens passing him or Atkins with a nice matchup. Yeah, Atkins hasn't been great, right? Let me see. Also, all the Cavs haters out there, we just won, and I think our rookie he just got the game ball for something, so I don't know if I can completely trust Atkins. I don't know that he has a juicy matchup, so I would maybe go Andrews here. I think I go Andrews here. Sven says, do you feel ATL will do well versus Brady? Unsure who to start between Evans. Atlanta's not playing the Bucks. The Vikings are playing the Bucks. Atlanta is playing the Chargers. Yeah, so wrong week, I think you're thinking there. Atlanta is playing the Chargers. Kevin says, I go Russ again. I'm starting him. A couple bad games. Someone like Russ. I think he should. But I guess one thing to consider, guys, he did not do very well at the end of last season. So just beware. I do believe he should come back, but he had a pretty terrible second half of the season last year. So just be aware of that. John, what's up, man? Welcome to the street. Hey, you're 2 for 2 for me right now. Thanks. Oh, perfect. What were the 2 and 2, John? I'm kind of curious. Need one receiver, one flex. Marvin Jones, Ayuk, QT, DeAndre Washington. I lean Marvin Jones and Ayuk here, I think. I lean Marvin Jones and Ayuk here. QT is a big risk play. I wouldn't do it. You could maybe make a case for DeAndre Washington, but I think I like Marvin Jones and Ayuk the best here. Sven says AJ Brown or Corey Davis. I'd go AJ Brown. He's still the #1 guy there, so I would go AJ Brown. Matt says Derrick Henry against Jackson. You can trust him. Yep. Jake says his thoughts on Kareem Hunt. He's kind of in an awkward position on my team because of playoff run. I have Robinson and Akers, and then Higgins and my flex. Do I trade him? I'm surprised you can still trade him. Trade him if you get someone better, but I feel like you're not going to be able to get someone like super useful. At this late in the stage, it's very hard to trade, in my opinion. I'm surprised that there's even a trade, Lorenzo says Debo Samuel, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Boyd, Brandon Cooks. I think I go... Honestly, I might go Debo or Curtis Samuel here. One of those. I really do like Curtis Samuel's usage, so I might go Curtis Samuel here, man. Sven says, oh, for week 15. I don't think they're going to do... Atlanta is not a great defense, guys. Evans and Ingram and Gronk. I like Evans. Let's see how Evans does this week and revisit it, but I do like Evans for sure. All one caps are ecstatic about the win today. I love it. A win's a win. I need to see what the rookie did. He did something well that the entire team is hyped over him. I think he made like a LeBron-esque block maybe, but he's got the game ball. So listen, I love him. I think he was a great pick at 5. So let's see what happens, man. But hey, good. Locked in the playoffs for a different league plan. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, starts and sits. Like I do like Evans right now. It will be week to week. Everything changes, and like a lot can change between now and then. So let's see what happens. RG3 says Gage over Washington. I don't know that I would do that. I'd probably go Washington over Gage here. Jim, what's up, man? Full PPR pick 2, Mike Williams, Miles Sanders, or Raheem. I would go Mike Williams and Raheem here because I don't really trust Miles Sanders at all. I just don't like him. I'm pretty sure I had him as my sit of the week. For anyone who hasn't checked it out, go check out the start and sit video from earlier today. Also, if you have any questions and you want to start strategizing about your defenses, go check out the playoff defense video because I break it down by my top 10 every week and also stash strategy. So go check out those two videos and hopefully they will be very helpful to anyone who watches them. Atlanta is good versus the run. Brady should throw for like 400. Yeah, very much could be. Very much could be. Ty says, we know you love the Cavs, but do you have a team you absolutely... I'm assuming Warriors. I don't hate the Warriors. It was a good rivalry. Not a huge fan of the Celtics, honestly. It hurt me to see Tristan Thompson go to the Celtics. That was tough. Andrew, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. TY or Mike Williams? I go TY here. Mike Williams is a little bit boom or bust for me. He has a good matchup this week, but I also does TY. TY is a little bit more consistent, so I like TY more than Mike Williams this week. Browns DSC taking me to the promised land. Yeah, I know. 15 and 16 should look very good, and let's hope it continues to look decent. But yeah, I was able to pick them up actually in one of my leagues to stash. So hopefully we make it. Hopefully we make it to the playoffs, and we'll see what happens, man. Mo Williams to the corners, the only Cavs. That's fine. Mo Williams is a great guy. Jackie, is Jason Sanders was dropping this week? I don't love his matchup. I have him as a sit. I don't love his matchup because I don't think the Dolphins are going to score that much. Imagine getting out rebounded by a guard, right? Hold on, guys, 1 second. All right, boys, we got about another like 30 to 40 minutes left here, so yeah, let's just kind of chill and vibe. Where we at? Curry out rebounded Dwight at one point. Yeah. Yep, it is what it is, right? It is funny when things like that happen. Dwight, yeah, that was weird with Dwight this, right? Because Dwight went to Philly, didn't he? After he said he was gonna sign with the Lakers, but he just left, right? Jackie says, suck up Rodrigo Fairbairn. I like any of them. I don't know that I can for sure say one's gonna be better than, but I think all of them are good. So I would just like pick your favorite. No, what's up, man? I'm doing really well, man. Welcome to the stream. How's your evening going? Good to see you here. Jiven says, is DeAndre a good start over Raheem or Miles? I think he's a good start over Miles. I don't think I like Raheem Mostert better than DeAndre is what I'll say. There's still a lot of risk. To anyone who hasn't heard my spiel, I think there's still some risk with starting DeAndre Washington this week. So out of those three, I would go Raheem. Yeah. No, so sorry I'm late and landed in Miami. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, that's right, man. Yo, don't worry about it. Yo, how is Miami right now, dude? How is it? Is it... And do you guys have anything planned for tonight? But yo, I forgot about that. I'm glad you made it safe, man. Good to hear that you landed in Miami. Logan says, in Dynasty of CMC, what would be a fair trade to give him up? What players would be looking for a return? I think you gotta ask for almost you gotta ask for a lot. You gotta ask for someone who's equally young and is top of the game. I would say maybe someone like a Saquon, maybe someone like a Zeke, even though he's a little bit older. You probably want someone like a Justin Jefferson, maybe like Devontae Adams even. I mean, CMC is probably going to be one of the top trade assets, honestly. Jake says, I have number 2 pick next year. Who would I go with? Kelsey, Adams, Cook, McCaffrey, Saquon. We'll see. You don't go Kelsey. I would probably go McCaffrey if you can't get him. Sven says, is Gibson done for the season? There's a chance he could be. I don't know the extent to his injury yet. We'll have to see week to week because I'm sure they're going to give us more, right? But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the regular season, yeah. Thank you, lady, for letting, yeah. Yeah, she's appreciated. That's hilarious, Ty. Jackie says, Fairbairn was my kicker 2 years ago, but broke my heart last when I went to him on Goose by a week. Yeah, I know. It's all good. I think they are decent ones. Suck Up might not be a bad pick this week, honestly. No, says good, thanks. I checked into the hotel, gonna head to the bed in a half hour and go to the beach tomorrow morning and then game later. I'll see you. That's awesome, dude. That sounds like a fun time. No, are you flying back like tomorrow night, or are you staying like the night tomorrow night and flying back Monday? Because listen, Miami's fun. Stay safe and you should have a great time, dude. Jeremy says, I'm so rolling with Sanders as a kicker this week because he can boot it from long distances. He has 8 kicks from 50 plus this year, and those was, yeah, for sure. It very well could be, right? As long as they can move the ball, they might get a lot of opportunities for Sanders to kick it. So I don't mind that at all. No, says also, do you like Cam Akers over Boyd for the playoffs? Oh, 100%. Starting Robbie Anderson and MT at other receivers, unless I should start Boyd. No, I don't really trust any Bengals wide receivers or Bengals offensive players at all. I don't think I can trust Tyler Boyd. Last week he got 4 targets. He got 1 reception, and that was the one that he broke for 72 yards and a touchdown. So to me, I'm not risking playing anybody that's gonna be what do you call it? That's gonna be super that's gonna depend on a broken play. So I can't do that, you know. Sven says, I was hearing something on the radio that Saquon has something to prove. He's being helped in that. Yeah, for sure. The only reason I mention him is because he's young. I actually don't really, I personally don't think he's a top 3 fantasy running back. I think people overhype him a little bit more because of his name. For me, top 5 should go CMC, Henry. Well, not in any order, but top 5 should be CMC, Henry, Cook, Zeke, and I'm missing somebody. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but yeah, I honestly don't know, and that might be unpopular, but I don't think Saquon's the top 5 fantasy running back right now, man. I really don't think. Tyson saw Okoro with clutch defense and transitional. Yeah, exactly. That's why they honestly, that's the biggest thing that they drafted him, is that like he's gonna have like some top tier defense, and they got to work on his shooting. But yeah, he at least shoots at 3, so that's kind of nice. No, says, yeah, I've got school on Mondays, flight at 5:45, so I may have to leave the game 10. Gotcha, okay. We'll just plan for enough time, but hopefully traffic and getting out won't be too tough, because I'm sure it's a little bit, you know, it's not full, so that's good. No, do you know what capacity the stadium is at right now? Christian says, if you could pick 2 out of AB, DeAndre Washington, and Kiki, who would you pick up and go with? I would probably go with AB and DeAndre Washington here. Kiki could very much do well, but he's a huge risk for me this week against the Bears, in my opinion. John says, Barkley. Jackie says, I'm going to go Rodrigo. Yeah, I don't mind it. I like Rodrigo. RG3 says, trade CNC for Saquon and a first-round pick. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a lot, right? Does that, I guess, would anyone who plays Dynasty, would they do that? Because that seems like a lot. Chucky says, if this is my last playoff game, might as well make it my line. There you go. And that's the thing. Banda Man, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to the community. Glad you're here and glad you found the stream, man. We're just kind of hanging out and talking fantasy. But yeah, Jackie, I don't think it's a bad pick, right? And I think like between the ones we talked about, it's really up in the air. Like if there's a way to exactly predict how all of them are gonna do, that's great. I mean, I don't know about it, but I think he could do well. Yeah. He's at least accurate, right? So it just depends on whether or not the Colts give him the opportunity to do it. Jason Sanders was good, but there's nothing else that's made me like him at all. Yeah. Jason Sanders is a very, very highly argued and debated kicker this week. We'll see. Noah says, yeah, 25% capacity, max capacity is 65,000, so it'll be at 15. Okay, sounds good. Well, hey, man, have fun and just, you know, stay as safe as possible. Jacob says, well, DeAndre Swift play is looking like it. I don't know if it's going to be featured, and that's my biggest concern with him. Hope Saquon becomes a top 3 next year. He definitely could, right? Let's hope he stays healthy. I don't remember if he got injured 2 years ago, but it's not good, man. It's not good that he has gotten this injury, right? RG3 says, for kickers, I usually look at the over-under. I'm trusting Sanders. He's also only missed 1 all season. Gotcha. Yeah, that's up. Sanders is a great kicker. Does Miami and Kansas have a high over-under? Because I haven't actually looked at that just yet. Sven says, but hope to pick him up at the end of round 1 or early round 2 if people lose. Yeah, you very well could. I can see Saquon still going like top. I still think he goes like top 7 because of the name, honestly. Saquon didn't do well at the end of the season, I think 2 years ago, and people still picked him top 3, right? Saquon is gonna keep on going like top 3 unless he like completely busts next year. Even if he gets a season-ending injury, he's gonna go top 3 again probably 2 years from now. It's just a name. He was injured 2 years ago. Maybe, yeah, I think that sounds right. That sounds right. I don't think his stats were that impressive. Jacob says if he doesn't play, I just claim making Mike Davis. That's a good backup for you. Mike Davis should do well tomorrow. He should have a solid floor. Should I get Jason Sanders for this week? I have Jason Myers. I think you're fine with Jason Myers. What I'll say is I don't think you're getting any more value out of Jason Myers or Jason Sanders. Or sorry, I don't think you're getting any more value out of Jason Sanders than Jason Myers. So I think Myers is fine. Kickers are impossible to predict. Exactly. But guys, I'm really excited for Young Wei's match this week. Not only is he just a baller of a kicker, but he's also, it's also going to be revenge game. It's a revenge game for Young Wei Koo. So let's hope he scores like 40, right? I wonder what the actual, like record for a kicker is in fantasy, because I'm kind of hoping he breaks it. I think Saquon was number 2 behind CMC, then missed the end of the season. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. But was it because he was consistently good, or was it because he had some like good? Was it because like he like stacked early season, did really well, and then got injured? Because here, let's look at Saquon's Saquon Barkley stats. I gotta look at it. For some reason, I really think at the end of the year he didn't do very well. So it's 2019, right? Let's see. I want to just be able to see his stats, but I don't know. I want to see like a breakdown. Give me a second, guys. Let's see if it's on ESPN. I don't know, maybe I can't see everything from 2019. Game log. So 2019 here, let's look at this together. I'm gonna pull this up. Where is this? So 2019. Actually, not too bad, right? End of this. Oh no, wait. Towards the end, so he went off at the beginning, 120, 101. Towards the end, he actually did okay. This stretch wasn't good, right? He had a pretty bad stretch here. So between weeks like 3 to whatever that is, he didn't do very well, guys. And that's what I was thinking, was that 10-72. He got one rushing touchdown and 1 receiving touchdown. I guess he actually had a decent amount of, but those aren't great yards per carries, in my opinion. But hey, it's alright. Let's see. Only kicker you can fully predict is Young Wei. Yeah, I kind of regret it. Yeah. I can't decide between Boyd or Debo. What's up, Mark? I would go with Debo here. I'm not a big fan of Boyd. I don't trust Bengals offensive players in fantasy at all, especially in playoffs. So, but welcome to the stream, Mark. I would go with Debo if it were me. No, I need Goo not to be the RB1. He actually is playing against him. Yeah, we'll see. Revenge game, though. I wanted to get Saquon this year, but I was first overall pick at CMC. So, at least you got a little bit more out of CMC, right? My main B is stressful, but Young Wei Koo. There you go. Debo Sven says for sure. Just in ESPN leagues, Young Wei Koo is eligible, has been changed from kicker to QB, RB, wide receiver, tight end, kicker. There you go. But you would want him at a kicker at the very least. I'm glad I didn't get Saquon. Yep, he should be put in as defense. Yep. Stewart says Debo as well. For sure. One second, guys. I'm going to get a little refill here. Be right back.
All right, where are we at? Then is these strategy stream for this week, or I think we're gonna do a late one because I think I'm gonna end my stream soon. I realized it's already 7 here, and I all of a sudden just got starving. But yeah, for anyone's interested, we'll probably do a late night one tonight, probably around like 11:30 or midnight, just to kind of hang out and chill. But yeah, we'll do one more late one tonight and end early. Mark says, thanks. I was wondering because Dallas. Yeah, I agree, and I think there could be an argument made to play against him, but Debo is a really, really good receiver. I go Debo. I don't like that Tyler Boyd only had 4 targets last week. Jacob says, I do not trust Boyd rest of the season yet without Burrow. Cole Beasley or Gio? I like Bob. What's up? I like Cole a little bit more. Gio hasn't been great. I know people probably like him this week because of the Dallas again, but Cole has been very, very consistent when John Brown hasn't been there. So I think I do like Cole Beasley here. Jacob says Cole Beasley, perfect. Sven says the line was terrible. Think of Miles Sanders in 2020. There you go. Ty says makes sense, Jacob, but would you rather play Boyd, Higgins, or Chark? It's a tough decision for me in terms of who to drop. I think I like Chark a little bit more, man. I think I like Chark a little bit more. He gets fed a lot. He gets fed a lot. Debo is a beast. He is. He really is. Dan, thoughts on Kiki or CH? In 4 PPR, I have Watson at QB. I think I lean CH a little bit more. Listen, I think Kiki can very, very well do good again. He could do well. He's playing Chicago. I just think it's a little bit higher of a risk to play him because we only have 1 game. If you want to go for it, I think you absolutely go for it. Clyde, I like a lot. I know he's been like under expectations recently, and he's playing a tough Miami D, right? But I think my gut feeling is that the Chiefs will be able to get in the end zone quite a few times, and hopefully they use him a little bit. We could get screwed with either. I like CH a little bit better overall, but hey, if you like Kiki, go for it because he did do very, very well last week. It's just like, do you trust 1 game's worth of data, or do you sort of wait and see? Hey, what's up, man? Good to be back. Hey, welcome back, man. I'm glad you're here. Sergeant Gio, Duke, or DeAndre at Washington at RB2. I'd probably lean DeAndre or Duke here. I don't like Gio. Duke, has a really tough matchup, but I think he has a chance to get in the end zone with Watson there. DeAndre Washington is a little risky because we haven't seen what he's going to be like. DeAndre Washington, in my opinion, has a better matchup overall. I'm not quite sure if I think Duke is a little safer. I'd probably go DeAndre Washington, man. Stuart, yes, says good luck, everyone. For sure. Hey, everyone, we're sending good vibes, hoping everyone makes it out of the playoffs this week. Jacob says I might go Chark, even though he's pretty consistent. The thing with Chark is that he gets a lot of targets. If Boyd was getting force fed a lot, I would say, hey, he's worth starting. But like, again, last week's stats really didn't look good. One catch, 72 yards. 1 touchdown on 4 targets. That's not something that makes me feel confident. And guys, at the end of the day, any player could be good for you if they have 1 broken play. That's all it takes. We're here to just evaluate what's like the safest route to go. Love Clyde. It's his usage that scares me. I agree, Stuart. I agree. Who's the best tight end rest of the season? Hurts, Gesicki, Jonu, or Logan? I like Gesicki and Logan Thomas out of those the most. We'll see if we can trust Gesicki with Tua, because he had a really good game last week, but he was he was not as good earlier this year when Tua was starting. Let's see, what are you thinking? I traded CH for Evans, gone in all my leagues. That's not bad. Evans is starting to look really good. Jacob says Gesicki, I like it. Stu says Kiki is who I'm running with. Stacked with Watson is hard to do. Hey, for sure. Listen, they can very, very well put up a repeat performance. So I by no means am fading Kiki at all. It's just, how do you guys feel about what we saw last week? And there can be, there's 2 ways to look at it, right? Some people are going to be less risk averse or less risk taking, and they're going to say like, I kind of want to sit and make sure that wasn't a fluke. Some people are going to say, well, hey, what's his face? Fuller is gone, and he got the targets. He got a lot of targets. He got a high target share. There's no reason for them not to force him his way again. So, hey, you can convince me to start Kiki. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, I think it's good. Jacob says I might go Logan Thomas instead. Yeah,
I'm curious to see how much more of a role Logan Thomas plays with Gibson out, because he broke out last week, right? That's when Gibson went out as well. Stuart says, sucks I started well with picking up Rams defense, but left Akers on the bench. Watson, Drake, Dobbins, Lockett, Kiki, Goddard, Debo, Rams, and Goo. There you go, okay. Hey, it's all good, man. Hey, Akers was a slight risk to start this week, right? Hindsight 2020, don't worry about it all. You got the Rams, you got Rams defense, so you're good, and you got Goo. You got Goo. Yo, guys, does anyone think Goo can score over 25 points this game? I think he actually takes more targets now, for sure. Kiki takes more targets. I think I read something about the coach saying Kiki can handle a lot more, for sure. Tyson's gonna finish watching the Warriors and grab a bite. See you guys later tonight, for sure, man. Tight, thanks for coming by. Zach, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Should I go with Gesicki or Schultz in a full PPR? For this week, let me look at their matchups again. I think Gesicki has a slightly higher upside. They're somewhat close. I like Gesicki slightly more because he's actually able to get a lot. You know, he has a touchdown red zone threat. Dalton Schultz for me, it's just a very safe kind of safe, like we'll have the floor there. So I like Gesicki a little bit more. Yes, Google go 25 points, 100%. Let's go, let's go. RG3 says probably Gesicki. I think Google dropped 500 points this game. Yo, let's see it, right? Adrian Robbins, what's up, man? Or sorry, I don't know. Yeah, what's up? Kyler or Tannehill? Also, really, Eckler, Chubb, or Corey Davis at flex. At flex, I would probably go Eckler or Ridley. For your quarterback, I would probably go. It was Kyler or Tannehill, right? I think I'd go Tannehill here. Also, Adrian, what's the rest of your lineup like that? You have Ridley, Chubb, Corey, or Eckler at flex, because you must be pretty stacked, huh? Jacob says, Goo is Ricer 1 for the rest of the season. Hey, that would be... you never know, right? Zach, for sure, no problem, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Glad you found the stream, and hope you stay in the community. We have some fun stuff here. For anyone who's new here, who don't know, we stream multiple times a week, and we've got a great little community, so come hang out. Sven says, do you look at college players when planning ahead for next year? I wait until, I know who the top ones are. I don't as much until closer to it. I think a lot of it depends on the situation. Honestly, it mainly depends on the situation they're put in, right? You can have the top, you can have the top running back that might go to, I don't know, the Titans, right? But like that doesn't really matter because they're probably going to feature Derrick Henry. So not that it's going to happen, but a lot of it really just depends on, a lot of it's going to depend on, what do you call it? Just like the situation, who gets drafted. So a lot of it's going to be more like up until the draft. Goo 80p, keep an eye on Brendan Rice. Okay. Brendan Rice, who is this? That sounds really familiar. Oh, his dad is, okay, Jerry Rice's son. There you go. That's why. Cool ADP next year, I still think he gets drafted after like the 9th round. Kickers won't. As much as we like to meme about him, kickers won't get drafted that early. 2020, man, CD has more fantasy points than Julio this season. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Brick says, I'm new here. What's your thoughts on Mac? I got an offer to give Kamara. Yo, give 100% trade Kamara for Mac right now. Mac is gonna, he's getting stem cell as we speak, and he's gonna, be the Colts starting running back starting tomorrow. Sven, that's a bad wide receiver. Yep. Adrian, yeah, eight-man league. Henry, J-Rob, type. Oh, geez. Okay, so you're stacked there. I would probably, yeah, like I said, I'd probably go. Eckler has a really good matchup. I'd probably go Eckler or Ridley here. Probably Eckler's honestly pretty safe, so maybe go Eckler here. But yeah, that's a good team, man. Jacob's actually cool. Would probably get. I can't even read that. Is that 10 trillion million? Let's see. Jeremy says, take care, guys. About to go watch the UFC site for sure. Burke, watch the language. That's hilarious. Ari says, Goo has more points than Julio. Yep. Chris Cazal, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Pick one half of your Hilton, Boyd, Coochie, Marvin Jones. I go Hilton here. All right, that good. That's right. Yeah, you got to keep Burke in check, right? Mott's got to be kept in check as well. Andrew, what's up? Andrew says, Chubb, Taylor, Swift, Montgomery, 10-man PPR, sit one. I'd probably sit Swift or Chubb here. Most likely Swift, I will say. Chubb has a tough matchup, but I like Chubb, Taylor, and Montgomery a lot. Again, anyone who's new here, Go check out my start and sit video from today, earlier this morning. Also, I have a fun little video out from earlier this week. It's the best playoff defenses. I rank them top 10 each week. 14, 15, 16, and give you a little bit of strategy at the end of how to stash it. So anyone who hasn't done it or looked at it yet, please go check out that video, because if you want to pick up any more defenses to stash, tonight's the night to do it. Once games start, unless you're in a different league, maybe like Yahoo, you're not going to be able to get those guys, and you don't want to be picking up the stash defenses for 15 and 16 after like on waivers for this coming up week. So go check out the video and start like stashing, like hoarding defenses. Listen, this is the one time where I will say, if you need to, go hoard 3 defenses, guys. You know, a defense that you know is going to be playable in either week 15 or 16 is going to be more valuable than someone that you hope is going to break out. Someone like a Denzel Mims, right? You stash a defense you know that's going to play over Denzel Mims, because you're not going to play him. So look at your roster. Look at anyone who you know you're probably not going to play. Like if you're wide receiver heavy, running back heavy, trim some of the fat off, because you don't, at this point you don't need 6 or 5 wide receivers on your bench. So stack and go hoard the defenses right away. Taylor Swift, yeah. Jaden, what's up, man? Whoever told me to put Akers in chat on Thursday, thank you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were a big Akers fan, so glad you put that in, Jaden. I'm glad you did it. Let's see. Ari says, unrelated topic, well, how would I go becoming a map for each shot? Yeah, Ari, so it's all about just like consistency. I say like we probably mod a new person every like 100 or like 150 new subs. So it's all about like, you know, who's here, who like consistently chats, and who, you know, provides good value to the chat. Because part of it is me like remembering who, you know, who's active and stuff, but half of it is also just like, you know, who people in chat find really helpful. So, you know, Burke got in because he's been here since day one. Ty's been really helpful recently as well, and people have loved his like advice and feedback. Sam is also someone that's been here before, so yeah, more months will be coming. But yeah, Ari, and a lot of other people, I know you guys have been here a lot, so continue to keep up the good work. And yeah, there's no issue with you know, more mods. Nick Kerr, I don't know who that is, but I would go Montgomery here. Montgomery is my start of the week. Any chance Mac is close to everyone next season? We'll see what happens. He very well could be, but JT going to year 2 is gonna you know, make things a little bit more difficult. We'll see if we put him on a smaller, like a prove-it contract. Robin Chess, what's up, man? Hey, bro, so I just lost Gaskin to COVID. Yep, a lot of people did. Grab Washington, now I have to decide between McKissick and him. I think I like McKissick a little bit more because he's safer. There's a little bit of risk to playing DeAndre Washington in this week because we haven't seen him as a starting guy for Miami. So I think I like McKissick a little bit more. No, it's a start to Swift, Taylor, Lockett, or Robbie Anderson. I think I go Taylor and Robbie Anderson here. Jameson, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Stewart says Rams versus Jets this week. Both playoff team. Cleveland versus Jets on 10 man, 125 each. Nice. I like it. You got it. The mods pay us miserable, no insurance. Yeah, we're working on it. Listen, Burke, once you get all those sponsorships you promised me, then we can look into health insurance. Otherwise, just pray that you don't get sick. Jacob says I think he'll definitely be the RB1 next season, and we'll see. Ari, what did I fall for? I don't. What did I fall for? Let's see. RG3 says I can keep him on my keeper as an 8th round pick. Oh, I don't mind it. We'll have to see what happens because he's on a contract year, so we'll see what happens. Jake says I'm not very confident in my playoff run this year as I was last year. Big Ben, Akers, Robinson, and Robbie Hopkins. That's not bad. Booker or Jacobs is either ready to go, or should I play Hilton or Cooks instead? I like Hilton a lot. Jacobs may be a play here, but we'll see how banged up it is. I would not play Booker tomorrow is what I'll say. As for Big Ben, I think I'd like him. You could maybe try and pick up someone else, but Big Ben's okay. What's up, Titter, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Burke says, I have AJ Brown, but I'm also contemplating playing Mike as well. Well, I'm sure his name is TJ Hawkinson, but I go AJ Brown here. Tannehill or Brady Jameson, I go Tannehill here. I like his matchup a lot. Rowan says DeAndre Hopkins, DeAndre Swift. I like DeAndre Hopkins a little bit more because I am unsure about what Swift is going to do. Jacob says Swift and Lockett. Okay. Ari says, oh, yeah, it's all good. Yo, Nick Kerr. Just gotta enunciate, right? Pedro says AB or Dobbins. I like AB a little bit more. He's gonna be a little bit safer of a play for you. Twitter says I'm going with Tannehill, AJ Brown, Corey Davis stack. Oh, okay, not bad. I mean, could be worse, but hey, good luck to you. That's just underwear for British people. There you go. People, everyone says Hopkins. Like it. Jacob says Dobbins. Jameson says I was thinking Tannehill too. Okay. Yeah, I really think, guys, I really like Tannehill a lot. Even though he is an AFC rival, I do like Tannehill a lot. So Pedro says Ronald Jones or Miles Sanders. If you had to choose one, I go Ronald Jones. I am telling everyone to sit Miles Sanders this week because I don't trust him with how he's been playing recently. So I'm not a huge fan of him. Rohan says, should I trust Michael Thomas this week? I think you can trust him. Depends on who else you got. Depends on who else you want to go with, but I think you can trust Michael Thomas for sure. Jacob says, I'm so glad I didn't get Miles Sanders. Yeah. Alessandro, what's up? Pick one, Landry, Beasley, Parker, or Samuel. I actually like Samuel here. I think he's going to be great, especially without DJ Moore, because I don't think DJ Moore is playing, right? So I like Samuel a lot. He's been putting up some numbers, guys. I think people are questioning him because he had the bye, but I like him. I like Samuel a lot. Taylor says, is there someone you would put in flex over Corey? Gio, Kiki, Pittman, yeah. I mean, not on paper, probably. I would say if you want to go with Pittman to be safe, maybe do that. But go with the sack, man. Go with it. You're putting your eggs all in one basket. I think the Titans should be able to score and make both Corey and AJ relevant. So go with it. You're right. I think Corey Davis, I would go over Gio, Kiki, or Pittman. Ramen Chat says Deontay, Boyd, Chark, McLaurin. Choose one. I would go McLaurin here. I wouldn't be benching McLaurin here. Adrian says, yo, this is my first time on your channel. What are some of your teams like? I'll show it in a second once everything slows down a little bit. Jaden says Ebron or Andrews full PPR. Let's see. I think I like Ebron slightly more. Andrews for the upside, but Ebron's very safe to play in my opinion. Roland says Herbert, Watson, or Murray for standard. I would go Herbert here. Jason McDonald, man, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to the team, or welcome to the community. Breck says facts are that 14-man team is fire. Yeah, yep. But unfortunately, I didn't make the playoffs with that one. I didn't make the playoffs. Luke, what's up, man? Welcome back. How you doing? Got a few questions ready. You're right. Yeah, for sure. Send it over. Let's say we got about 20 minutes left on the stream, guys. We'll go to 3 hours total, and then we're gonna break until late night stream. But yeah, go for it. Pile time. What's up? Glennon, Stafford, and Murray. I need to pick two. I would not start Glennon, so you have to go Stafford and Murray here. I don't think I can trust Glennon, man. Yeah. Times stick with Stafford and Murray for the floor for sure. If Jacobs is out, JD Barber or D Washington. I like Isaiah, especially if this is a PPR. Well, first of all, welcome to the stream. I would probably go JD, then Washington, and then Barber. DeAndre Washington is a worth a pickup. He could be a flex play this week. I think there's a little bit of a risk to it, but he could be a flex play. Rowan says, thanks, man. You're awesome. I will tune in for next week for sure, man. Yeah, just come in whenever you can, man. Thanks for coming by. Falcons have been better this year at stopping the Ravens. Okay. What time is the late stream today? Most likely around midnight PST, so about 5 hours from now. Pio says, thanks, love the channel. Thank you so much, Pio. Glad you found it. Sam says, whose defense is better at stopping the run, Baltimore or Atlanta? I thought it was Baltimore, but am I wrong about that? Jake says, maybe you pick him out to start, though. There you go. Ronald Jones or Dobbins? I still go Ronald Jones here, I think. Patrick, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hey, man, what's up? T.Y. Johnson, Juju, or Ayuk? I'd probably go Ayuk here. I don't know if Ty Johnson's actually even playing as much this week, because I think Frank Gore is there, right? So I go Ayuk. I would go Ayuk out of that. Deontay Johnson or AJ Brown PPR? Go AJ Brown. I love him. I think AJ Brown's a set and forget for the rest of the season, honestly. If you have him, you're great. Ari says, are you thinking about Chubb versus Eckler, Samuel? Alex says Kamara or Swift. I go Kamara here. Brick says, I want to play Ty Johnson this week. I agree. Yep. Jason says Hurst or Goddard. That's a tough one. Is there anyone else you can pick up? Otherwise, I'd probably go Goddard just to see what happens. Jake says AJ Brown as well, for sure. Jake says Goddard. Okay. Pedro says Bills or Panthers D. I like the Panthers a little bit more. Anyone who's new, go check out my playoff video. I have my top 10 rankings for each week, so go check that out and see where your defense lands. 2K says Thielen, AJ Brown, McLaurin. I'd go Thielen and AJ Brown here. Those two are your big studs. Jackie says Gore is back. Okay, gotcha. Patrick says thanks. Yeah, for sure, man. Let me know if you have any more questions. Lorenzo says, should I drop Pittman or give him 1 more week? Who would you be dropping him for? I think you should stash him for 1 more week, but it completely depends on if you have someone that you would immediately be starting, Lorenzo. Luke says, so I've got Gallman starting for now. Been pretty damn solid in bell cow status for sure. I was going to play Gaskin, decided to leave McKissick and Swift on the bench. Don't trust usage for either. Well, you can't play Gaskin anymore. So I would say go Gallman and go McKissick here. Jacob says AJ Brown over Deontay for sure. Jacob also says Goddard for sure. Ari says that's solid. It is very solid. Hey bro, one more question. TJ Hawkinson or Darren Waller? Ooh. Both really good plays. I think Darren Waller slightly here just because of his usage, and he gets a lot. I believe he gets a lot more volume than Hawkinson. So I would go Waller here. Jacob says you would drop Pittman. Waller by far for sure. Sam says I can't between Eckler and Chubb. Who would you say? Oh, I like Eckler a little bit more. Eckler has a way better matchup, especially if you're in PPR league. Chubb and Eckler they're both running back ones, right? I just think Eckler has a way better matchup, so I trust Eckler a little bit more, and he's not really splitting as much time. Whereas last time the Browns played the Ravens, Hunt actually outscored Chubb, so. I just says Washington or Perriman versus Seahawks with Mims out. I like Washington a little bit more, man. I like Washington a little bit more because he's probably going to get the guaranteed touches, right? Jacob says Waller. Ari says I got the same 2 row. I'm going Waller. Damn, how are you guys getting Waller and Hawkinson? That's crazy. JR says Eckler. JR says Perriman. Adrian says Hunter Henry or Noah Fant. I like Hunter Henry this week. Jacob says though I would definitely start both. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say if you can't start Hawkinson and Waller, that's actually not bad at all. Lorenzo says start Montgomery or Swift full PR. Montgomery 100%. He's my start of the week. Lorenzo, I go Montgomery here. Sam says thanks. See you in the late night. Yeah, for sure, Sam. See you at the late night stream as well, man. Take it easy. Jake says Montgomery as well. Yep. Trust the process. Yeah. Okay, I need a solid defense. I have the Cards, Panthers, Cowboys. The Cards, Panthers, Cowboys. I currently have the Cards. Cards are not bad. Panthers are fine too. I guess who else can you pick up? Go look at the top 10 for this week, Patrick, and see if there's anyone you can pick up from there. That's literally my ranking from 1 to 10. So cross-reference that with whoever's on your waiver and see if you can pick someone up. I think Panthers are actually a decent play this week, honestly. Jacob says someone in my league also has Waller, Hawkinson, but missed. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Sam Rosenbaum, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well, man. How are you? For my PPR flex, should I go Antonio Brown or Mike Davis? Damn, Gaskin with us. Yeah, everyone seems to have Gaskin, right? I would probably go. That's a tough one. I think I lean Mike Davis slightly. Honestly, they're very, very similar in production of what I expected to have. I think I lean Mike Davis slightly because we've seen Mike Davis be able to boom. Luke says I've got Kamara RB1, so I'm just trying to decide which second one to start, Gallman or McKissick. I would probably go. Ooh, man, that's tough. Gallman's very, very safe. I might go him over McKissick, but very, very slightly. Can you get McKissick in your flex? Because I think you should be starting McKissick and Gallman unless you have someone else better in your flex. Who's your flex right now, Luke? Jacob says Hunter Henry. Jake R says Mike Davis for sure. Banned for Cowboys, but dropped immediately. Yeah. Jacob says CMC almost turned a chance of making the playoffs this season. Yeah. Ari says, drafted fan, then got my hands on both Hawk and Waller. That's awesome. Alex says, Allen Robinson or Deontay Johnson? I go Allen Robinson here. Allen Robinson for sure. He gets so many. He gets force the ball so much. Sam Morales, man, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Patrick sounds good. Yeah, try to just look at that. I just, I'm not trying to put it off the question. I think that's gonna be a little easier for you to like see and easier for you to like match. So look at that and look at what you have on the waiver. Brick says, I'd try to start both Gallman and McKissick for sure. RG3 says, McKissick PBR for sure. Yeah, I like him. Adrian says, should I drop Gaskin for a defense? I have the Colts right. I don't know if I would drop him right now. There's a chance he comes back next week, which makes him a start. So I wouldn't drop Gaskin because he's not on the thing where he's out for 3 weeks. Sam says, thanks for the advice. Definitely subscribing, coming back soon. Oh, thank you so much, man. Hey, we stream a lot and we push out weekly content. So yeah, hope my advice to you is good. And yeah, definitely would love to see you in the future, man. Bretton, what's up? Should I start Tyler Boyd or DJ Chark? I'd probably lean DJ Chark if those are your absolute guys that you have to start. Luke says, I've got Justin Jefferson, Corey Davis, and Keenan Allen. Could move Davis for McKissick or Swift. Yeah. You're right. Okay, that's a tough one. Okay. I get it. Jacob says, but I made it second to last in place in the playoffs. There you go. Okay, that's good. Just with the family. All right. What you guys up to tonight, Sam? You guys just hanging out? Do you live at home with your family, or are you guys like all together for the holidays now? I don't quite remember who are the younger folks in our stream and who are the boomers like me. Patrick says, I subscribe. Yo, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys, we're at 364 subs. That's crazy. Our goal is to hit 400 by middle of next week, but maybe we'll hit it tonight. Sorry that that's not updated, but right now we're at 364 subs. That's crazy. How do you feel about the Colts D this week? Are they fully healthy? Yeah, they are fully healthy, Sam. I think they should be fine this week. They're still in my top 10 of defenses. There are better defenses, but I still think if you have them, you play them. You're right. Week 16 might be tough, but there's always a chance that the Steelers might be locked into their playoff seeding, and we might be playing Mason Rudolph. So there's always a very, very small chance. But yeah, we'll see how the Steelers are. They haven't looked good, honestly, in the last couple weeks. We'll see how their offense picks up, but yeah, Colts I like for this week and next week. Alex says Gallman or Davis? I go Gallman here. Gallman's a little bit safer for me. Adrian says, see you later, man. Keep up the grind. Yo, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Glad we got you in here. I think they're healthy now. I start them. Oh, they are very healthy. Jake R says, I sub. Yo, thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate that. Brick my sub. Hey, yeah. Let me know what I can do to lean you over that the 50-50 line there. Jacob says my opponent has Josh Allen, Dalvin Cook. Okay, well, hey, we never know what could happen with Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen. The good thing going for you, Jacob, is that Josh Allen and Dalvin Cook are both facing really tough defenses. So, Alex says Landry, Connor, or Dobbins. I'd probably go like Dobbins, Landry, and Connor, I think. I don't know if I can trust Landry this week, honestly. RG3 says, I dropped Colts Steve for Brown Steve, then realized I drafted them around 60. Could have been my keeper. Ah, gotcha. That's rough. It is what it is, right? Says I live with my girlfriend and kids, but we currently visiting her. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Jake Lynn's just sub. Yo, thanks for the sub, man. Welcome to the community. Yeah, we gotta come up with a name for the community. I feel like just saying community is a little basic, so maybe we'll take some suggestions from the viewers and the subs for what we want to call our collective group of community. So brainstorm that a little bit. Sam, where are you guys at tonight? I don't recall what state you live in. Luke says I'm in full PBR, by the way, so McKissick. I agree. Gallman is a little bit safer. McKissick could very well pop off. I mean, you could potentially talk about putting McKissick in for one of your wide receivers, but you've got a really stacked team right there, so it's completely up to you. I think with the guys you have right now, I don't think you need to start Swift, is what I'll say. And I agree exactly. Adrian Peterson has been going off, so to me, I'm not comfortable starting Swift unless you absolutely need to until we see how his usage is this week. Because it could be that he's a feature back and he does great. It could be that he splits carries. It could be that Adrian Peterson is the main guy. You never know, right? Jake says Ike or Miles Sanders at flex, and Jonu or Goddard. I would go Ike here, Jake. I don't like Miles Sanders at all. He is my sit of the week. As for Goddard and who was the other one? Goddard and Jonu. I think I like Goddard. Is Jonnu Smith for sure playing tomorrow? I think I like Goddard a little bit. He's practicing Foley, so I kind of think I like Goddard a little bit more just because I mean, it's a risk with Jalen Hurts there, but I still feel like he's going to get the target. So I think I would go Ayuk and Goddard here. Swift has actually been goal line mostly. Okay. Starting McKissick comfortably in PPR. I like it. Yo, Ty Big, welcome back, dude. Jacob says, pretty much all my opponents' players are facing tough teams. There, hey, that's good. Versus obviously AD has been taking all the recency because Swift is out. Not sure how like exactly. I agree. Ryan, what's up? So start 3: Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, Allen Robinson, and Kelvin Ridley. I would go Ridley, Robinson, and Thielen here. Those are my top 3 there, Ryan. Great choices though. Jacob says all my players are facing bad teams. There you go. That's good. In my other league, I have Steelers. Should I be worried? I don't know that I would play the Steelers this week. I think I don't even have them in my top 10. So I would maybe go take a look at that video. I haven't looked at it. Playoff defenses. I uploaded earlier this week. See if there's someone that you like better than the Steelers. But I think the Steelers are. I'm not a huge fan of them this week. Arjun, do you think it's going to be a big game for Devontae, Aaron Jones? Just asking for Brian. I think Devontae for sure. I think every game is going to be a big game for him. Sam says, I live in Cali, SoCal, OC. Oh, for sure. That's an awesome place. That's an awesome place. I was driving through there last week. Brick says, when is it for Adams exactly? Maybe we should I'll call this stream Welcome to the Stream. Yeah. Evan says, Evan, welcome to the stream. Tanya or Andrews, Corey Davis or Debo? I think I like Tanya a little bit more. As for Corey Davis or Debo, that's a good one. I think I go Davis a little bit, slightly more here. Just because of what he's been able to do. Very, very consistent. Ty says A-Rob, Ridley, and Thielen. Tough on, yeah, I like A-Rob, Ridley, and Thielen there. Goddard should be blocking, but Jonah is splitting now. There you go. Patrick says best kicker to pick up this week: Crosby, McManus, and Fairbairn. I have Fairbairn on my start this week. Yeah, I don't think I have the other 2 though. Ari says I'm facing Adams this week, praying for a huge run. Graves. It could be right. We'll see what happens. It's week to week, man. It's week to week. Luke says you're starting McKissick over Gone with confidence. I might take your word for it. What's your biggest reason for that prediction? Ari says be very, very careful with Goddard with no D, Ertz back, and Jalen Hurts. And yeah, I'm not as concerned about Ertz. I'm more concerned about Jalen. Rowan says, hey, sorry, I'm back from work. Yeah, no problem at all. Pick 2, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, or James. Ooh. Man, Rowan, can you just start all 3? I would start all 3 and have one of them flex. Who do you have in flex that you can't start all 3? Because I would start all 3 there. Jacob says Godwin, A-Rob, Deontay. Nick says Steelers, D, or Panthers. I like Panthers a little bit more, Nick, here. Yeah, alright, yeah, that's crazy. Hit Rowan is stacked. Beats, what's up? Todd Gurley or JD McKissick? Especially if this is PPR Beats, I would go McKissick here. Ty says, Luke, I meant in general because I think he has a great floor without Gibson. Yeah, I still start him over Garmin. Okay. Brick says I'm going to get stinking on the community name biz. There's potential for something cool if we can find what makes us for sure. We do have a dog and a cat, and we like to drink alcohol, so throw those words in a random word generator. Jacob says Andrew and Davis. Okay, like that. Is Andrews still the only healthy tight end on the... I don't know about that, actually. I'm not sure. Look at his targets with Smith. Jake says, thank you. Do you think Akers will be a solid? I think so. I love Akers. We've been talking about him a lot over the last week. I think he's a breakout candidate for the playoffs as long as the Rams continue to feature him. So I like him a lot, Jake. Sam says, should I stick with Goddard in my full PPR or stream Logan Thomas to ride the hot streak? Listen, if you can start either, Logan Thomas is not a bad one, right? Goddard, I think he's still going to be fine. He's only a risk this week because we don't know what he's going to look like with Jalen Hurts and like the new offense. So if you had 2, I would maybe go with Logan, but I would hold Goddard because if he's still producing at where he was before with Carson, he's going to be a set and forget in my opinion. PS4, what's up, man? Swift or Zeke? Swift is 100% at practice. I would go Zeke here. Well, we'll see if they're both playing. If they're both 100%, I like Zeke a little bit more because Swift is a little bit tricky of a guy to grasp what his usage is going to be like tomorrow. Diego says, I go Logan Thomas. I'm very concerned with Goddard. Exactly, right? That's the biggest thing, right? Anything can happen with a new scheme, especially with a new quarterback. So we'll have to see. RU3 says Ty. I think Andrews has done very well every week since, right? He's been doing well the last 2 weeks, I believe. Very 2 weeks. Pete says full PPR Gronk, Ebron, or I can pick up Logan Thomas. I think Logan Thomas is worth a hold. If it's a full PPR this week, there's Gronk and Ebron, right? I actually think I go Ebron a little bit. Ebron has been looking pretty good. Let me just pull up his stats really quickly. And there, I think I have him and Gronk very like ranked very similarly. They're also in very similar offenses, so you can always flip a coin. But Ebron has actually been playing pretty well. He's been getting a lot of targets. Targets have been going up 5, 6, 6, 7, 11, 11. So I kind of like Ebron here for the volume. Jacob says I will go Ebron for sure. Well, I wouldn't bet on him for consistency. Yeah, at least not this season, but he's better than almost any other tight end from the ceiling, though, for sure. Yeah, all great questions, guys. Yeah, looking good. I'm sure everyone's gonna be stressing out, so I have a feeling our late night stream. I'll see if I can start the late night stream a little bit earlier tonight, because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of questions, and I mean I'm gonna be a little I'm gonna be worried about it too. So. We will see, but yeah. At least let's see. Daniel Jones should be back though. Not sure if it changes things. Ebron has gotten crazy targets. He does have some slow hands, but hey, if he gets forced 11 targets, he's a startable tight end. And he catches some. He catches a decent amount of them. Ebron's here. Yep, for sure beats. Like I said, at the end of the day, if your gut tells you to go Gronk, go Gronk. But Ebron we have been seeing the uptick in volume, and that's something that we like to see when we're trying to look at people. Ebron couldn't even catch go, but I figured that was coming soon. All right, boys. I think we're gonna call it because it's already 7:30 here, and I do need to go do some things. Thank you for all the new people that came in. We hope to see you again. We will be live again tonight, probably around like midnight Pacific, so about 4.5 hours from now. So I do have a decent amount of stuff I need to go do. Jacob, I feel very good about Herbert. He is my start of the week this week. I do have to go do some stuff, but hey, follow on Instagram if you want updates, interactive content. Sub on YouTube for all my updates and live stream notifications, and we will be on later. Rohan, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that, guys. We are at let's see, we're finally right now at 366. No, we're at 368, guys. If we somehow hit 400 tonight, we will. There'll be a entertainment aspect of something involved, so yeah, we'll see if we get it, but the goal is 400 next. So hey, thank you all so much. You all have been great. This has been a really fun stream, and yeah, we'll talk to you all tonight, whoever's gonna be up. So peace out, guys, and we'll talk soon.